But enough of this palaver. Let's get the show on the road.
Man, is this becoming a grind, huh?
A grind? No. It's wonderful.
I was telling Stunt Brain, I go, wow, this is a grind. And I are used to getting fired every 3 years just to break it up a little bit.
Ixnay on the Iron Fay.
You take a break for a year every 3 years and makes this all fresh and new again.
As long as they keep paying us, I wouldn't mind.
Yeah, that's true.
It's now that I'm on the air and talking, it seems a little overmodulated.
Oh, no.
But, no, because it's in the process of being repaired, which is fine.
Yeah.
I gave it a little test run this morning, and I kind of like the way it sounds. But it gets like an overmodulated little thing to it. Just a tad.
Just a little tweak.
Thank you, sir.
I'll tell you this much. After the show yesterday, all hell broke loose. I saw nerds marching down the hall.
Nerds a-marching.
Nerds with equipment and too many pens to count, just marching like they mean business.
Oh, my goodness.
With scumbags out, nerds in.
Yeah. It was a parade of nerds because I guess the word got to corporate that this needs to be fixed immediately. So
how'd the word get out?
Nerds plenty.
Was it my complete nervous breakdown yesterday on the air when I first spoke into my mic? Wow.
I think they had beepers. That's how nerdy these guys were.
Oh, my God.
Well, they marched in here and ripped this place apart, and I think they even did some dusting because I don't see the spider anymore.
Yeah?
Yeah, there's a spider living on this wooden board of ours, but it looks like it's gone.
Ida.
Looks kind of clean, Ant. It's like they came in and did the right thing, finally. Thank you. Thank you to the nerds. And the head nerd, who's an old listener of ours.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's a fan. He was a fan of all the nudity that we did at NEW. He was one of those engineer guys that all of a sudden had to be in the studio when all hell was breaking loose with lesbians and stuff.
Yeah.
Oh, I got to tweak a couple things here. I'll be out of your way in about 2.5 hours.
Very busy, very busy.
Remember the engineer in Boston?
Oh, God, yeah.
Hey, buddy.
See, Anthony and I won the battle and turned this into a talk show. I mean, there was a time we had to play music and stuff, and we like music, but if we're attempting to like entertain our audience, we don't want to have music playing because that doesn't make you feel good as a radio personality that people are listening to you because you got the latest Limp Bizkit song on the air. Who gives a crap?
It's not going to make or break you.
Or people are listening to you because you play oldies like this dumb station right outside the studio door. I mean, do you really go home and think you're doing something? Oh, they're listening to the fact that I spin the oldies for them.
Yeah, do they know who you are? Or?
Right. But anyway, so Anthony and I would try to talk and get something done in between the music up there in Boston, up there in Worcester, Massachusetts. Worcester. And Buddy, I forgot his name. Eric? Yeah. What was his name? Eric?
I think it was Eric.
He was a really good guy. I have nothing bad to say about him, but He decided that between the hours of 3 and 7 p.m. in the afternoon was the perfect time to work on the studio.
Yeah.
And he would have like a drill in hand, and he would look at Ant and I, waiting for us to push a button.
To go to break or...
Yeah, and he couldn't wait for us to go to break, so he'd go, and take things apart.
He'd be drilling. But the thing was, we were trying to, continue the show during the songs and the breaks. That's when we took a lot of phone calls, tried to line things up for our next, minimal break that we would get.
Right.
And the drill is going, and there's heavy machinery.
Plus, he didn't care that.
What are you doing?
Plus, he didn't care we were trying to do something funny. He just wanted, to know when he could continue working.
Yeah.
I imagine, Jimmy, you're on stage, and all of a sudden, someone's getting up to go to the bathroom, but they're frozen in the first step toward the bathroom, but they're still looking at the stage waiting for you to finish.
Waiting for a pause or something.
I go, okay, I can go now. It was just so distracting.
Very distracting.
Extremely distracting, but here we are.
Yeah. Well, I got to say hi this morning.
Oh, boy, to who?
Well, one of the friends on, I won't even say what department or anything. I don't want to get anybody in, jam anybody up over here. But...
You got pulled over again?
No, I didn't get pulled over. probably the closest you could get without actually getting. Apparently now they're not even bothering with the pullover.
What happened?
I'm driving in, and I do at that hour. It's very early, and there's not much traffic, and I like sleeping as long as I can in the morning, so I'm energetic for the listeners, Opie. I do it all for the listeners.
Sure you do.
And so I sleep in a little bit sometimes.
Yeah.
So I look at the clock and go, okay, I might have to, Daytona it into work today. So I was doing about 85 in the left lane, which is fine. Left lane's wide open, but I'm like wiping sleepies out of my eyes. And at 85 miles an hour, I'm inches away from zooming past an officer in a marked car.
Marked?
Yes. I didn't see him. And I'm flying. I saw him when I was just about where my front bumper was at his rear bumper. He's in the middle lane. I'm in the left lane. So I jam on the brakes, slow down, in time to be exactly next to him.
Oh, wow.
So that handy, fun little light on the side of their car shines in my passenger window now and just lights up my my truck like Close Encounters. I felt like Dreyfus in Close Encounters. And I look over. I didn't look, actually. At first, I knew he shined the light on me, so I put my hand up and kind of gave the wave that tells, all right, I know I was going fast. I acknowledge you. I'm slowing down. Mm-hmm. I understand completely, sir. Whatever. All in a wave. So the light didn't quite stop, so I looked over quickly, and he gave me a thumbs up, a smile, and took off.
Really?
Yeah.
Nice.
I was just going, whew. Oh, boy.
That's what you get when you support cops.
That isn't why I support the police. I supported the police long before I had a radio show.
See?
Because they got a crappy job that doesn't pay enough, and they have to put up with animals.
I got a lot of friends on the job. We support the cops. Doesn't hurt that we get out of tickets and we get free dinners. So,
I don't know who would take a job. Like, we get in trouble on the job. All right, we could lose our job, things like that. But, these guys are in a position where if they, make an error in judgment, or someone even deems they made an error in judgment, it isn't even a real error in judgment,
right?
You can end up in prison. Mm-hmm. Like, who wants that job? Who wants a job where because somebody, says, oh, you made us, imagine you working at a deli and someone asks for mustard on their sandwich and you put mayo on it and they haul you off to prison. Oh, I made a mistake. Yeah. You're in prison.
Yeah.
Who wants that job? I don't get it. Hats off, gentlemen.
Hats off.
It ain't me. Hats off, gentlemen.
And continue allowing us to speed around the tri-state area. Thank you. Thanks what?
Look.
What happened?
I have to get to work. and kind of slept in a little bit, so I was in a great hurry.
Yeah, I'm encouraging them to let you speed. There's nothing wrong with that.
Oh, okay.
We're not naming names or anything.
Thank you.
If you see the Rays, that team, they beat the Phillies last night.
Yeah, apparently so.
And there's a new battle cry.
It seems that Philly likes to strand people on base. It seems to be their major maladjustment here with this series.
Where are you getting your sports info? You're really creeping me out. You know a lot about almost everything. You're highly focused on what's going on, but you've never been like a huge sports guy, but you know what's going on with these games, and I know you're not sitting up until 1 a.m. watching them.
No.
What are you doing?
I was on Tubate.
What?
I was on one of the major league porn sites last night.
Oh, really?
I pulled a Jimmy Norton last night. God damn, did I pull a Jimmy Norton. On my way into bed.
Trannies?
Yeah.
Oh, congrats.
No.
Trannies, nice.
I went to, I went to a website that is highly politically incorrect. I can't even say the name of it, but I go there to read their message board and chuckle because it is really horrific. And it sent me to a video.
Blank Mania? What's wrong with you?
Yes, it was.
What is wrong with you?
It was. That's my website. There's a message board on there, a message forum, a regular message board on that site.
Yeah.
That is probably the funniest message board I've ever been to in my life.
Hey, Whackbag's pretty funny.
Oh, dude, these guys are serious, man.
Really?
It is.
Really?
They come up with some terminology that I could never have dreamt of. They're geniuses. Oof. Yeah, it's I can't say the word blankmania.com
Wow.
or .net, and it is probably the most heinously racist site. But the terms they come up with, the way they put things, the videos they post, the comments on the videos. It's unbelievable.
You know how they're turning websites into TV shows?
Yeah. You think that one's going to make
Well, I was thinking,
I don't think so.
There's desperate times in media right now.
Yeah.
Radio stocks are in a horrible place.
Yep.
The TV's not doing much better, or certain networks and stuff. Imagine they know they got a hit if they just threw this on TV.
Yeah.
And just said, you know what the hell?
It would be, because it's so out there that I'm compelled to check it out. On a daily basis.
Imagine a TV show that based on this, this website, and then people are protesting with signs and stuff, and the network just ignores them, like, shut up, this is what we're doing. And then the people have to scratch their head outside, like the TV station, and go, and they just have to kind of awkwardly walk away with their signs, like, oh my God, they're absolutely not going to do anything about this.
Look at some of the avatars.
Yeah, I see.
It's just
I see.
They're But they do direct you to other sites that are equally as bad, if not worse.
Mm-hmm. How could it be worse than
for
that?
the other way around?
How could it be worse than blankmania.com?
There are sites that are just blatantly, kill.
Wow.
They want you to kill white people sites, which are really bad, And then there's this site, which, hey, both sides have their story, I guess. What are you going to do? And I think the internet is an open forum. It should be anyway for free speech, whether you love it or hate it. It is somebody's opinion, and they're entitled to it.
I don't like that you're bringing racism into my life.
What? Racism is so... It is so at the forefront of this country right now, and everyone just wants to make like it doesn't exist. It is more prevalent now than I think it has been since it could be overtly shown through, maybe... German shepherds and fire hoses. There's not this overt racism, but people have taken it kind of underground, and it's there worse than I think it's been in quite a while. But no one talks about it. Everyone treats it like it's because there's this political correctness that also is laying on top of it and hiding it. But it's so bad.
Yeah.
This site, I have to go there on a daily basis and check it out. But it sent me to this other this other video site.
I just because it flew by the screen, there was an avatar that said, "No Obama, keep the change."
Yeah, keep the change. And then there's
is that one of the slogans that's going on out there?
The old favorite where they show the Klan guy and it's like the original Boys in the Hood, and they show like a couple of Klan people.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Sorry, but anyway, it got you to another site.
Yeah, it took me to a video site because there's a whole section on there of just videos, pretty much of closed-circuit security cameras showing crimes being committed, and then their funny little witty comments about. I can't even say it, but whatever. Everyone's free to post what they want and read what they want, so have fun. But it took me to that porn site, so I go there, and then I watched that one video, and then I just started watching smut and pornography for hours last night. Hours on end.
It's great, isn't it?
But it was one of those sites that it's like one clip they show you, they have thumbnails, and it's hot chicks doing stuff and having sex and whatever. And then there's just somebody's head that was exploded from a tractor trailer also on the same site.
Why are they like mixing the two?
I don't know. It's a weird mix. It's like, oh, here's a dead chick. Unfortunately, she looked pretty hot. and a motorcycle accident where they say, some guy lost his entire front section, his genitals and his legs, and they show all this stuff. And I don't like that stuff. I don't like the blood and guts. I like, sexual content. Yeah. It's on there. Mm-hmm. And I was on there, Jim, and all I could think of was, this is what Jimmy talks about. This is what he does. It was like, from the time I got home till about, 11 o'clock at night.
Oh, my God.
Just perusing hundreds of pages of hundreds of thumbnails. And then you click on it and watch either a video or
you,
still pics, whatever.
Or while you were...
No, Scrap didn't come until, later.
Yeah.
Comfort of,
Sometimes the best thing to do is just get it
over with.
Do it.
Get it over with.
Go outside.
And then you could do something. Then you could get back to business.
Because I go down that road sometimes. I'm like, will you just do it? It's a nice day outside.
The second you're done, you'll do something constructive.
Right, I just start yelling at myself.
Penguin walk for a towel, and then go greet the day.
Penguin walk. The thing is, you're in constant search of something a little better than the last thing you liked.
Mm-hmm. It's like we're the first generation to have to really deal with the internet. So it's kind of going... It's like every thought you ever had, you could somehow just look at. Mm-hmm. We're not used to that. We're used to just fantasizing for a little bit, and then you're still in reality.
Right.
But there's little movies of everything that you could possibly think of.
It's unbelievable. You just pop it in the search and go, all right, I want to see this.
Yeah.
And bam, there it is. There it is. Lo and behold, you're watching a video of it. No matter how heinous it is, whatever it is, it's great. It's an amazing time. Great times we live in, gentlemen.
Very nice. All right, we're
getting Jolly Green Giants with pornography.
We're just getting started.
Bros, that was it. Great times we're living in, bros.
Great days, bros.
Great days, bros.
What's that from?
Is that Full Metal Jacket, right?
Full Metal Jacket, yeah. With the guy, he has his dead...
the second half, though, right?
His dead Vietnamese friend next to him.
See, I don't know the second half of that movie as well as the first half. That's the problem.
I've grown more of appreciation of the second half.
Yeah.
The first half is great, where they're in boot camp and everything.
But I watch it as a double feature.
Yeah, it is.
That's the first movie, and then, you want to watch the second movie tonight? Okay, well...
It's almost like Tarantino's last movie, with the two movies.
I don't know why that didn't do well. I really liked that whole thing he did.
I think that'll turn out, to be some kind of cult favorite.
You think?
In years to come, once it's off cable.
Yeah.
There we go. That's great.
Well,
and then I was watching everything. I was watching, they got every type of smut on this site. I won't give it out, I guess, so they don't,
Someone who enjoys speaking Greek, though. It's nice to see a bilingual woman.
Why is her head in the toilet?
Yeah.
Why?
I mean, why not?
Why is her head in the toilet?
Well, I mean,
wow, that's the first time. I just saw something new. That's a trend that's going on, or they get into...
Oh, there's a lot of degradation on that site, which I'm not into either.
Yeah.
Unless she's seems to be into it, which is good. There was one where there was a guy having sex with a retard. And it was she's just laying there going, I don't know, just babbling, and he's just...
How is that
plowing
legal?
The field.
Is she making believe?
It's in Russia. A lot of these videos come from Russia. A lot of these former Eastern Bloc countries. A lot of Asian videos. It's unbelievable. There she is. Danny found it. Look at her. She looks like some Russian old fieldwork, and she's just babbling.
She looks like she's acting. Come on.
No, look at the face, dude. That's the genetically. That's not just mentally retarded. And look at that.
Get the hell out of here.
It looks like she's eating corn on the cob. That's not how you do it. All right, she kind of got the hang of it a little bit.
Oh, so she's a real prodigy, though. Wow, not bad.
Do these sites...
She's wearing a babushka. I mean, look at her.
Do these sites make your computer blow up, or,
No, actually,
no pop-ups
it wasn't bad. There wasn't any. I had my pop-up blocker on, and then
all right,
in my pants. This is a pop-up blocker. Yes, Jimmy?
How is he doing that?
I know. That's why I couldn't stop watching any of this. I was watching some stuff. I don't care when you got the hot girl and she's just having sex with some guy. Mm-hmm. That isn't what I was watching last night. I was watching crap like this. Retarded girls being just ravaged in faraway lands.
She's on hay. She's wearing a hat. She's got a Danny hat on. and hairy armpits, and I can't tell if it's 100% real.
Who knows?
I think it's awful.
I don't think she's retarded. I think she's just old.
There was a clip of a gentleman that looked exactly like Tor Johnson, and he grabbed some girl by the hair and was throwing her around in a swamp, and apparently having sex with her against her will. And it was like, well, why am I watching this? But I was fascinated.
Because it's just different.
It's just, like Jimmy said, anything.
You're getting in deeper and deeper.
Pop
I like
it
this.
in. No, you know something? I was in deep
because you've always
the second the internet came up.
Nah, you've always talked about how you like just, the hot basic girl, and now it looks like you're getting,
no, dude, I like
a little deeper in with the weird stuff.
I said I didn't like the Faces of Death kind of, death stuff.
Not.
I don't like that. But porno, I'll watch any kind. Look at what she's doing. What is that? It looks like my old Estes model rocket of the V2, and it cost a lot of money because it was like 1/5 scale.
That's not.
And she's just, yay, how do you do?
That's not supposed to do that.
That shouldn't go there.
No. But it's just. Danny's got a huge smile on his face. This is one of Danny's favorite sites, by the way. It really is amazing.
That's
yes,
awful.
sir.
I just think it's funny because I've been visiting. There's two really good ones that I go to on a daily basis, and I've been doing this for like 2.5 years. So I'm just glad that you guys are just starting to find it and enjoy
Danny is at the forefront of a lot of these sites.
Yeah.
There's one video that was going around that Danny just said, "Oh, that's old. What are you talking about? It's like 1.5 years old. What are you doing?"
It's like, sorry, Danny.
Which one was that? Because someone told me about it, and I was like, "Oh my god, that is disgusting." And
I don't know, man. I've seen so much degradation and filth that I can't possibly remember.
Now look at where it's going.
There's a woman
That's
right now
impossible.
putting something where it never should. It looks like old lumberjack logging footage. That should not be going.
Wow.
No, that's
look. Oh my god.
I know. I can think of one better than this. I'll pull it up.
Oh, good.
That looks like
you ever anything.
You ever watch the Discovery Channel where that guy parachutes into that big hole in the ground?
Yeah, that's the promo for Planet Earth.
Yeah, for Planet Earth. Just enough said.
My God, man.
Oof.
Oh wow! But that occupied hours of my time last night, and then I went to bed and went, I can't believe I got to get up soon, and I wasted so much time doing that.
Now take that and do it for 6 years straight. Welcome to my life.
Yeah. And then you'll finally catch up to Jimmy. Yeah.
Boy.
All right, listen, let's take
it was okay. And now I remember which one. Egg whites.
All right, we'll check that out after the break. Egg whites.
Yeah, wow.
Right, our phone number, 877-212-08. We're just getting started. Lots to do today. And we'll explain next, I guess. Stay there. Opie and Anthony. It's the Opie and Anthony Show. Good morning to everybody. We were saying Phillies lost last night.
Apparently so.
Rays beat the Phillies 4-2. We went off on a little tangent. What were you saying? They were leaving men on base? I don't know how you knew
that problem.
I don't know how you knew that between the racist site and all the porn sites you were on.
Well,
were they giving you updates on the World Series in between videos?
Yeah, that's how they work.
That would be smart.
No, I catch little snippets of the news, and I do check out all the news sites before I do go to sleep.
Yeah.
While I'm setting my alarm, I hit on my iPhone. I hit the all the news sites on there and look before I set my alarm on the iPhone, so I know what's going on before I go to sleep. And then on the way in, listen to the news. I'm working while I'm breaking the law.
The Philly crew called last night. There's a new battle cry for the Phillies.
Uh-oh. What is it?
It's simple, and it's pretty good. They're all just yelling and screaming down there, "Do it for Steve."
What?
Do it for Steve. Think about it. Anybody? That's the rally, and that's the rally cry down there in Philly. Think. See how smart you are today. The rally cry is "Do it for Steve."
Yeah, is this just people you know, or is this the real rally cry in Philadelphia?
It's no, it's spreading through Philly right now. Do it for Steve. This isn't just the Philly crew I know. It's spreading throughout the Philadelphia area. Do it for Steve. All right, we'll let that sit there for just a little bit. Let people think. I think it's kind of smart. It's not going to blow people away, but it's a good rally cry.
It's not a good rally cry. I have no idea what it is.
When I tell you, and then you could spread it further among your friends, and maybe you spread it with a little picture to everyone's phones, then it would make a lot of sense. Do it for Steve.
I just keep thinking of Steve.
That's what I'm saying.
It ruins me.
Bungle it? Or
yes.
do it incompetently?
Screw it up.
Do it for Steve.
Do it effeminately.
How does Steve? It just rolls
do it
off.
to lousy music.
Just roll.
The Phillies rally cry unofficially is "Do it for Steve." You know what it is?
Steve. Oh, okay, yeah.
Did I tell you?
No. People are. People are now blowing it for me here on the.
I might not know who it is.
Yeah, I know now. Okay.
Well, what is it?
Well, you got
Jimmy Norton wants.
You got
to
the Phillies playing the Rays. Do it for Steve.
Oh, okay.
And there's a picture of Steve Irwin, and it's like, "Do it for Steve."
Oh, I like that.
Killed by a ray. What about do it for that dumb woman in the boat that got hit in the face with one?
She wasn't.
I don't know what her name was.
She wasn't famous enough.
Just say do it for dummy.
Yeah, do it for dummy.
Do it for old doesn't know how to duck.
They're twisted down in Philadelphia, though. They're just, sending that picture to everybody. Do it for Steve. And it's a picture of Steve Irwin.
IU Music Grad is saying the Ray should be the... you can call me Ray. You can call me Jay.
But you can't call me Devil Ray.
Don't call me Johnson. Shut it.
So the porn thing was successful last
I was
night.
panning out last night. I had people, and then, I got a lot of workers over my house all the time. A lot of workers at my house.
But that's good news.
Like all the time.
Yeah.
Yeah, it really is. Like, I like getting things done. Things are getting done a lot faster than I thought they were. Mm-hmm. Which means, you're just doling out cash at a quicker pace. But apparently my seats.
For your home theater?
Yeah. I don't like doing it. Angela, Keith's wife, has been doing all the decorating, but in this, I have to have some kind of hand in this, as far as color scheme goes. And I want some kind of a theater that looks like an old-time kind of Art Deco movie theater.
Right.
And that's all I know. So I'm like, hey, run with it. So I had to sit there and go through a couple of fabrics yesterday, which I hate doing. It's like I can fall asleep quicker than a radio meeting when I'm picking out fabrics.
Yeah. Who cares?
It's like red. I'm like, yeah, make the seats red. It's like a movie theater. I like that. Yeah. But it's shaping up. I can't wait to get that thing done and just watch some of this pornography on a gigantic screen.
Yeah, you did it so you could watch movies, but you know what that's going to turn into.
There's going to be one seat that is just going to be lined in plastic that I'm just going to sit on.
Yes, it's going to look like the little drop in Lethal Weapon 2. The guy fell backwards on.
You should turn it into an old school porn theater. No one's done that with their home theater.
Their home theater is like a porn.
Old school. Wood floors and just
invite people in, have a squeegee man.
Yeah, wood floors and just polish them with honey. So as you're going to your seat,
it makes like a sticky sound and everything.
Yeah.
Some guy doing poppers. Him and another gentleman in the corner.
Right.
God, the creepiest
that sounds great.
There was a creepy theater when I would do South Jersey gigs, and I very rarely went into the porno theaters. It was just too weird. There's other people. By then they had all these video booths. But I sat in the theater a couple of times, and it was just the little hustle, but you can't really see anything because it's dark. But it was just a really dark feeling place. Really, I looked one time and I hear, and I just see a guy doing poppers, and I'm like, oh, he's not standing. Oh, there's a gentleman in front of him.
Yeah, of course.
And Dave would just eye me up when I'd walk in. It did make if you have low self-esteem and you want to feel pretty. Walk into one of those places, everyone looks at you.
You're a doll.
Oh, I was like the belle of the ball.
Of course you are. Literally.
Yeah. Hey, there's a story coming out. McCain volunteer mugged and had a bee cut into her face, but the bee looks like it might be backwards.
Yeah,
backwards. I got the story.
Page 11 of the Daily News and page 4 of the Post, whatever.
Yeah. Well, it's going to be a big story today. What do you got? I mean, what do you think?
That's pretty extreme. The B looks like it's written backwards.
It absolutely looks like it's backwards.
Which makes you think back to Morton Downey Remember him when he drew a swastika on his head and it was backwards, facing counterclockwise.
Yeah.
I mean, don't be silly. Come on now.
Here's the story just to
know that.
Here's the story just to get everyone up to speed.
She claims that the man took about $60 from her. Now, the woman told police that when the man robbed her, he noticed a John McCain bumper sticker on her car. He then punched and kicked her, knocking her to the ground. Now, this is the woman. A right-wing blog called Sarah's Army claims that Ashley Todd is from Texas. Todd told police her assailant scratched the letter B on her cheek, and you can see it on the right side. She also has a black eye. Police identify her as a McCain volunteer.
Sheldon, thank you very much. Now, just moments ago, the Obama-Biden campaign released this statement about that incident. Our thoughts and prayers are with the young woman for her to make a speedy recovery, and we hope that the person who perpetrated this crime is swiftly apprehended and brought to justice.
I'm going to call Bravo Sierra.
Are you?
I just looked at the picture again. That's a backwards B.
The thing is,
it's a backwards B.
To actually cut it into your face.
Well, that means you got some mental problems.
Pretty rough, yeah. That's pretty rough. Because Morton Downey, he drew it on his face.
Remember, he staggered out and stuff. Like, oh my!
I was
help me.
Accosted by Nazis in the bathroom. Yeah, he was his bad acting, and he had that backwards swastika on his head.
I missed that guy.
Didn't he have to admit that he lied?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, he did.
Yeah, he admitted it. He actually went on the defensive with the whole thing later in life, before he died, about how he was like, yeah, my show's ratings are in the crapper. I was trying to get some publicity. Yeah, I did it. Screw you. Wasn't apologetic about it or anything.
The only thing that would make sense, that like where it looks like she might have done it herself, where the B is backwards, is if they said he knocked her to the ground. If he was standing over her,
backwards kind of,
like if her head was at his feet, yeah, like that might have made sense. But there is something.
Oh, wait a minute! Yes.
What?
You turn. What a bunch of idiots we are.
What?
You turn her head upside down, and the B is the right way.
Yeah.
So if he was leaning over her from the front,
let me see.
Then the B is forward.
Well,
yeah, and she's got a big black eye.
If she was on the, because they said he punched her and knocked her to the ground. And if that's the case, the way they're covering this, well, there's a few things I don't really mention in the article about the assailant.
Yeah, and, exactly.
The coverage is amazing. If it was an Obama supporter with an M for McCain carved into his face, it probably would be on page 11 of the Post.
Oh, believe me, yeah.
Yeah, no, yeah, you turn the picture upside down. You guys are right.
Upside down, it's a B. You know, it kind of.
Well, then I apologize. Maybe this really did happen. You just get suspicious with some of these things.
I'm not suspicious. I'm saying yes, it happened.
Okay.
I got to check that website later and see what they. A little blurb, and then what? How about how the mother of one of the Gen 6 was arrested for beating two women with a shovel recently? What about that? You know, there's a fine mother. I'm sure she raised a fine child. Give me a break. How about you start friggin' covering these things with a little equality? I'm sick of it. The coddling. Enough. God damn.
I don't. You're probably right. I just don't know if the attacker, there's not enough information about him.
Oh, no, they do know.
Is he?
Oh, yes.
Oh, okay, good.
Yes.
Good. All right.
It was in another publication that the attacker was a black gentleman.
Okay, good.
Well, and black on white crime. It wasn't. It's not dubbed a hate crime. There's none of this outrage going on. Both of the candidates give this politically correct little statement and then move on to try to get elected. How about a little equality in the news coverage of hate crimes? Don't just go, why is it just a crime or a robbery or something when it's black on white crime? But any white on black, why can't a white guy just rob a black guy and it could just be robbery? It's always got to be some hate crime, racism, this, that, or the other thing. Just a little equality in the coverage would be nice.
It's being pointed out that the O is the black eye.
Oh.
So you got the B.
Right, and
scratched
then and then he made the O with the black eye.
Oh, and he punctuated the O.
That's creative. It's just I've heard a lot of these stories about McCain supporters just being assaulted, verbally assaulted as they're walking down the sidewalk. I walk down the sidewalk, and every day there's somebody handing out Obama leaflets, buttons, things like that, and it's a no thank you, no thanks. If there's a McCain supporter, they get treated like, like they're literally Nazis standing there and being smacked. Like, people will just walk by and smack them in the face or smack the stuff they're carrying out of their hands.
One thing that I think I forgot about, the papers might be a little hesitant to automatically jump out and go, yeah, it was. So after Susan Smith.
Well, of course.
And said that the black guy took her charge. They probably had a few too many of those cases where they don't want to just stick their necks out.
There are also those stories you just know. You just know, like, when Susan Smith gets on there, it was like, oh, yeah, she's guilty. Because she fits the whole profile, too, It's one of those things. If you fit the profile, if you're shooting up a school, you're a dopey little white kid who didn't get enough attention and might have been bullied. That's how that happens. There are things it's called profiling. The police actually do it. They have profilers. Of course, the regular patrol cop isn't supposed to do it. But once a crime's been committed and they're looking for a perpetrator, they profile. They look at the crime, and through past history of this certain type of crime, they can kind of put together who did it. It's great to watch on a lot of channels on cable. It's amazing. But
it's a great tool.
It is. They use it, and it works.
Yeah.
And there are certain crimes that are perpetrated by certain people. It's just the way it is. Why can't things be just the way they are? Why do you have to sit there and put your head in the sand and go, no, that isn't like that. We can't profile. We can't do this. I'm tired of it.
People only like profiling if it's done in a positive way.
Yeah.
Like if it makes them, and this is human nature, like,
right.
Blacks don't mind it if it's good, or Italians, like, no Italians mind the Columbus Day Parade. When you say that there's a lot of Italians in the mafia, they're like, oh, no, there's not.
Really?
Hey, speaking of Obama,
the horse Gabanzo,
the Ron Howard thing you saw.
Yeah.
What's this about? I want to try to squeeze this in before the break.
This is the
Ron Howard endorsing Obama viral video. You said it's terrific and it's worth playing, right?
It's horrific.
Horrific,
I think is what I said. But this is apparently they got Ron Howard,
the original Opie.
Yes, the original Opie. To do political ads for Obama.
Okay.
And he dresses up as first Little Opie from
he dresses up as Little Opie
from the Andy Griffith Show. And Andy Griffith is in the spot too. How old is Andy Griffith?
He's got to be 80.
Wow.
Got to be 80 something.
Guy is ancient.
And what? Ron Howard as an adult is dressed up as Little Opie?
Yes,
that's creepy.
He's dressed up and talking like Little Opie, and he's talking to his dad about the country and the state of the country and things like that.
Yeah.
And he is wearing a red raccoon on his head because he's just completely bald.
Sure.
So they had to put a wig on him and stuff. And then, as if that's not bad enough, he then dresses up as Richie Cunningham and joins his friend, the Fonz.
Oh, my God.
As they then also talk about Obama and how they're voting for Obama.
Is he kind of making fun of himself?
Yeah, there is a lot of tongue-in-cheek as far as him doing that. It's just, I guess, to get the message across. But it's so just douchey.
Andy Griffin is 88 years old.
Griffith.
Griffin.
I used to get that. I used to get Merv Griffin and Andy Griffith mixed
Andy
up all
Griffith
the time.
is 88 years old. Here we go. You want to hear a clip of this?
Yeah, let's hear a little of that.
Where's the long form on Funny or Die? Funny or Die. It's a pretty good website. Some of the stuff is really good.
I like when people when he says Opie and stuff, because all I'm thinking is he's talking to you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey, Paul.
Hey, Ope. You look like you got something on your mind, son.
Paul, why are people so set on staying on the same road that's been messing us up for so long?
Well, Ope, people are funny. Sometimes change scares them. And they'd rather keep doing the same old thing that's been messing them up than change to the thing that can help them.
Like the time I wanted to fish for lake trout using peanut butter and jelly as bait?
That's right, though. You got stubborn and wouldn't switch no matter what I said.
When I'm a grown-up, I sure would like to vote for somebody as good as Mr. Obama.
Spuds
Well, if
Buckley.
you stay healthy and strong, avoid any felonies, stay away from the butterfly ballot, I bet you'll get a chance.
It's not as bad as I thought it would be because he really is kind of crapping on himself.
Yeah.
Like a sap. Like peanut butter and jelly fishing paw. It's like, all
Paw?
right,
He's got to sit there and call him Paw.
And I like this. They start the video off where Ron Howard's getting into a makeup chair, and you can see that bald head. He's not hiding his awful bald head.
No, of course not. They just kind of put a big rat on his head. It is funny.
He's kind of just trashing himself.
And then Ron Howard meets Fonzie,
Yeah.
and they do a little Happy Days thing.
Leaning on a classic car.
Finish your homework.
Sure, Fonz. Hey, how did your date go with the Rodriguez twins?
Triplets.
Yeah, problem. Problem.
Yeah.
I never remember Fonzie going out with the Rodriguez twins.
No.
Not at all.
No.
It was usually some Polish girls' names.
Yeah.
It was, the Wisniewski sisters or something. But there he is out with the Rodriguezes.
It's kind of creepy. Like, they made Henry Winkler's hair really dark.
Yeah.
It's pretty much the exact same hair he had back when he was doing Happy Days.
I don't think they'd be pushing for Obama
No.
back in the 50s.
They look older here, though.
Yeah, what's the problem?
Yeah.
Like, Fonzie's neck is kind of droopy.
Fonzie looks like Harry Dean Stanton. It's really creepy.
Hey, Cunningham, finish your homework.
Sure, Fonz. Hey, how did your date go with the Rodriguez twins?
Triplets. And then can they salsa?
Gee, Fonz, I sure hope our country gets itself back on track.
You know, I'll tell you something. 8 years ago, I thought to myself, okay, we got these presidents of the United States, Cheney, Bush. We should give them a shot. Was I rude? I was so rude.
Can't say wrong.
You were wrong, Fonz?
Okay, that's the word. But see, now we can make it right? And after we vote, you want a double date? Yeah, my friend Janet Potowski. She's got this girlfriend from Alaska.
You mean the girl who shoots moose?
We'll be shooting moose.
Shoots moose.
Vanilla moose.
I thought she said she was loose.
He can't do Fonzie
No, he can't do
anymore.
the Fonz anymore. He should be going, oi.
That was creepy.
Yeah.
What did he say? The Rodriguez twins were good. He goes, boy, can they? And but they
I don't know.
Hey, can they what?
I don't know.
Insert stereotypical crime for the name here.
Ooh, can they forge a check? This commercial stunk.
Yeah, go to Funny or Die if you want to see more of that, I guess. All right, we're going to take a break. It's FU Friday. Why don't we go to the FU line, see what you guys are bitching about?
Thanks for calling the Opie and Anthony FU line. Here's the latest batch of FUs.
You have 7 new voice messages. First voice message.
Yeah, I want to give a big you to my ex-girl Barbara. You told me come around when you get your life together and you're doing good. Well, I'm doing good, and guess what? You. I hope you're miserable.
Next message.
Hi, I want to give a big you to my ex-boyfriend Peter. You're fat, you're bald, you're ugly, and you're a radio DJ. You'll never be Anthony. Get over it.
Next message.
You, to everybody who calls this line and starts their you message with, I want to give a big F you to you unoriginal cave.
Next message.
F you to my future. You look dark and distant.
Next message.
Yeah, I'd like to give a big you to this ugly-ass slut that just cut me off on the highway. You bitch, I almost ran into the guardrail.
Next message.
I want to give a big F you to my cat for taking a in the middle of my floor in the middle of the night and then watching me as I stepped on it and had it all over the bottom of my foot. Thanks and you.
Next message.
This is Brad, and I want to give a big you to my wife for making me go on her last night. Now I have a sore throat. You, Trey.
End of new messages.
Call the Opie and Anthony FU line. 866-FU line 1. That's 866-FU line 1.
Thank you and goodbye.
Happy Jocktober, everybody, from your friends at the Opie and
a celebration of hacky, pukey radio shows and DJs from across this great nation of ours.
Be aware out there today. There seems to be something in the air besides the fall weather here.
Oh, my God. Would you just kill yourself?
That is,
I would go home and just swallow a shotgun.
Strike up the crapola. It's Jocktober.
There's a person stranded. There's a show. It's stranded.
I love that.
That is funny.
What the hell was that?
Happy Jocktober, everybody, from your friends at the Opie and Anthony Show.
Let's all do it.
There was no joy attached to that sound.
Who saw this coming? It's time for Jocktober, everybody.
Jacktober.
And we got Scott and Todd today. We've been waiting for this day, Sam.
Yes, today's a very special Jocktober.
Yes.
Very special.
Two hacks that have been at it for how long, Stuntbrain? You know.
Like 14 years.
I'm sure you probably produced for their show some.
For Scott.
You really did?
Yeah.
Oh, my God. I was making a joke. That had to suck.
You have just been pretty much a radio whore.
He is.
Yeah.
The slut that's just been passed around.
It's kind of like beer commercials on this show.
Ah, yes. Okay. Touche.
So we feature Scott and Todd today. Yes,
they advertise themselves as New York's longest-running morning show.
So what does that mean?
It feels that way when you listen to it.
But what does that mean?
They've been on for a long time.
Does that mean, is that good?
I would never brag about that.
No, it seems like at some point that they would be offered opportunities that would allow if they've been on for 20 years or whatever.
Yeah, has it been 20 years?
I don't know.
What?
15,
It's
12.
been a really long time.
Too
New York's
longest running. That doesn't necessarily mean it's good.
No.
Yeah. What do you get out of that?
As opposed to good.
All right, well, Scott and Todd, they've been hacking it up for a long time here in New York City. Let's get right into this.
Please.
They talk about Joe the plumber.
Yeah, they get a little political sometimes.
Well, we
on that
talked
show.
about Joe the plumber.
Yes. At this time, with everything that's going on, to get political is not a problem. I don't see that as a problem. Sam, why would you pick on him about this?
Who's picking on him? You said to find the best clips from Scott and Todd.
Do you love the kid?
Yeah, I love him.
Who's picking on them? Right. You.
But I don't think the listeners understand. This is not really that hard.
No.
Like Sam listens to an hour and gets what he needs from these awful radio shows.
Yeah.
Todd, so they talk about Joe the plumber. Todd takes a stand and gets upset, then starts yelling, and the whole laughs. Oh, they have a hole?
Oh, yeah. I don't even know what her name is. But she just starts, she really is just a laugher. Like,
Oh, really?
She's just there to laugh.
All right.
But only when it's genuinely funny, right?
Right.
Okay, let's get right into this. Scott and Todd, we feature them today for Jocktober.
They dug into him as quick as they could.
Sure, why not ruin another innocent life?
He's
Man was
on
mentioned
yesterday
on
talking
TV.
about
We might as well wreck his life.
how excited his little boy is that
He
they're
did nothing.
talking about him.
He did nothing. The man did nothing.
You try to be a big star, we'll fix you up right now.
Idiots in the media got to wreck his life.
He's not even in the plumber's
Hey, we
union.
talked to the guy. He's not even a plumber. Don't call yourself Joe the plumber if you're not a plumber.
Joe the amateur plumber.
Beyond me.
This is going great.
I have a question.
What the F?
Why at one point is her laugh playing while she's talking? In the last moment there,
Are you
it sounds
kidding?
like they're hitting a button.
Do they hit a laugh button?
Well, listen to that. If that's genuine interaction, listen to the end.
We hit a laugh.
Yeah, but only when somebody says that they have a friend with cancer.
So that's how you hit a laugh button.
An awful laugh button, right.
Wait,
They dug into him as quick as they could.
Sure, why not ruin another innocent life?
He's
Man was
on
mentioned
yesterday
on
talking
TV.
about
We might as well wreck his life.
how excited his little boy is that
He
they're
did nothing.
talking about him.
He did nothing. The man did nothing.
You try to be a big star, we'll fix you up right now.
Idiots in the media got to wreck his life.
He's not even in the plumber's
Hey, we
union.
talked to the guy. He's not even a plumber. Don't call yourself Joe the plumber if you're not a plumber.
Joe the amateur plumber.
Beyond me.
Oh, that's the other guy, right? Okay.
I don't know.
That was a guy laugh? Or?
It sounds like either they're pushing a button or there's another unknown female in the studio.
Joe Nolan.
Oh, okay, it is a guy. All right, it sounds like a woman's laugh. Whatever.
Certainly does.
Bunch of androgynous nobodies.
Beach ball Joe Nolan?
Yes.
shaped like a beach ball. It's just
Giant.
amazing.
Yeah.
It's just amazing. How do you get your body like that?
Eating.
It is perfectly round.
Just a well of jocularity in there.
Oh my God!
Cesspool.
Fun.
And Todd, like, what? He can't talk. I mean, Scott can't talk anymore.
No, and Todd does this fake New York accent.
Yeah,
like when he used to be on TV, he had no accent whatsoever. But when he's on the radio, like he puts on a New York accent.
Got to keep it local.
Douche. There's one point. He said, "Wreck his life." He made the same boring point. I count 4 times in a minute segment. That's ruin his life. And then she's it's 2 different shows, both equally terrible, which is mind-boggling. And she's yapping, and he's going, I got a media. Well, let's ruin his life again. And then 30 seconds. Oh, sorry, no one grabbed your point. Let's just wreck his life. Can you please listen to this dingbat trying to be poignant while she just yammers and some nobody laughs. It's horrendous.
For the people out there that don't understand this bit, we do it because it just makes us so mad. Listen to Jimmy. He's just like...
It is irritating.
It's infuriating, yeah.
This isn't Utica radio. You're in New York City. Do something.
And how come shows... I mean, we do it occasionally when we're impassioned or something.
Yeah.
But not nearly
Wreck
as
his
much
life.
as any of these. Yes, exactly. Like that. Yeah, it's like stepping on each other. They're constantly
ruin his
just-
life.
See?
But the beauty is, of course,
that's how it's working.
Ant would stop, or
Yeah.
like I go, what? This is 2 people who are they're playing Family Feud, and they're both in the soundproof rooms, and they're just piping in their audio.
Wait, now I got to hear the clip again after Jim's explanation.
Well, listen to this.
What are we listening for now in this clip?
Scott's trying to, or Todd, whoever it is trying to go make a poignant point that the media is ruining Joe the plumber's life.
Yeah.
And he's just saying what idiots they are.
Yeah.
And I don't know what else is happening, but he keeps going, wreck his life, ruin his life. And then you just hear him mumble, he's muttering to himself. The media is ruin another life. And the other 2 have just moved on.
They're talking about something. She's cackling.
It's horrendous.
Fat Joe Nolan is cackling.
And Scott's just trying to keep his teeth in his mouth. I mean, this is horrendous.
They dug into him as quick as they could.
Sure, why not ruin another innocent life?
He's on yesterday talking about
We might as well wreck his life.
how excited his little boy is that they're talking about him.
He did nothing. The man did nothing.
You try to be a big star, we'll fix you up right now.
Idiots in the media got to wreck his life.
Right. He's not even in the plumber's
Hey, we
union.
talked to the guy. He's not even a plumber. Don't call yourself Joe the plumber if you're not a plumber.
Joe the amateur plumber.
Beyond me.
And they ruined his life.
Yeah, wreck his life. We got it. He's ruined. Shut up. Almighty. What was that? Hit into something for you?
Right.
Were you a plumber before you were like an unfunny radio person?
Go do weather or something. Shut up. They do a story about an old woman. Todd starts doing Titanic references and gets laughs. We like to do Titanic references, Anthony.
Of course we do.
Let's see if they do a good job with the Titanic references like we do.
Keeping an open mind.
Mm-hmm.
A lady by the name of Edna Jester is 89.
You gotta listen to these clips, man. I mean, Scott is trying to keep his teeth in his mouth.
A lady by the name of Edna Jester. Holy Jesus, I can't move my teeth.
A lady by the name of Edna Jester is 89 years old. She lives in Blue Ash, Ohio. The other day, 2 police officers came to her home, arrested her, put her in the back of a police cruiser, and took her to the police station.
Served her right.
Bring it.
89-year-old Edna Jester.
Problem with that clip, he doesn't say the word police enough.
No. Or Edna Jester.
You can play along at home.
89-year-old.
Just talk through clenched teeth, and you can do a radio show like Scott.
He sounds like a burn victim trying to communicate like 2 days after the accident.
Edna Jester, 89 years old.
That's how he's doing his show.
Police came and picked her up and put her in a police car and took her to the police station. We got it.
Talk to the police.
Stop tightening your face. What are you doing?
No, he didn't.
Your mouth doesn't even move anymore.
Like an Allen key adjustment in the back. Turn it.
89-year-old Edna Jester was arrested because she refused to give back the next-door neighbor's football. Ms. Jester was asked to return the ball. She refused.
It's mine now. It's my yard.
They tried to give her a citation. She refused to sign for it.
I'll never let go.
The kid...
I knew you'd hit it.
I'll never let go. Rose. I'll never let go.
Right.
The next-door neighbors...
And she lets go.
Right. You weren't going to let go.
Wow.
It sucks.
That was a hacky Titanic joke years ago.
Yeah.
About the fact that she said she'll never let go, and then she lets go of Jack, and he slips beneath the icy waters of the North Atlantic. Why?
That movie came out a long time ago.
Oh, did it?
Yeah.
Well, we do our Titanic thing every once in a while too, but
I mean,
I mean,
ours is more goofing on, the music,
right,
and Celine Dion,
right,
and the ship sinking,
Renee, and the ship sinking, not forgetting a goal,
the love story at the end.
Something was said in there, but so much was going on, I forgot. I really wanted to comment on something, and then
it just gets you angry.
Who the hell knows?
We got to stop this bit, I think.
Why?
It's just
I don't know.
It's infuriating.
It's getting us mad. I'm sure the listeners are mad.
Once a guy, I was hanging out with my friends. We were playing basketball, and this guy picked up the basketball and threw it onto the roof of another house.
Yeah.
And he never got arrested. You know who that guy's name was?
Who?
Biff Tannen.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah, but he also never got arrested for date rape.
Yeah, true. Or trying to kill somebody with his car.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Biff Tannen Museum, dedicated to Hill Valley's #1 citizen and America's greatest folk hero.
Yes, here we go.
One and only Biff Tannen. Of course, we've all heard the legend.
We all have.
But who's the man?
Who?
Inside, you will learn how Biff Tannen became one of the richest and most powerful men in America. Learn the amazing history of the Tannen family, starting with his great-grandfather, Buford Mad Dog Tannen, fastest gun in the West. See Biff's humble beginnings, and how a trip to the racetrack on his 21st birthday made him a millionaire overnight.
Yes, Danny?
Hold on. Yeah.
Can I just say that I just pulled that about 25 seconds ago, praying that Back to the Future was going to come up today so I could play that.
Yeah, lucky us. Lucky us.
Hey, wait,
It's ESP.
Yeah.
Look what else I got. Wait,
Go
ahead, Dan.
Please.
Gray's Sports Almanac.
With the dramatic.
You need the music.
Oh, I'm so happy.
I have one. Of course I do.
I know you do. All right. Scott and Todd, we're featuring them for this fine.
Put it on the dashboard of my car. Damn it!
What?
I know.
What does that mean?
I gotta make sure I keep it in my hands at all times.
What?
I think in the movie.
What? What do you think I'm talking about?
Gray's Sports Almanac.
They're terrible movies.
Thank you, Jimmy. Thank you.
Fantastic.
They're so good.
All right, 3 is a piece of crap.
Stories.
Is he supposed to be in a new movie? I was hearing.
Who's that?
Michael J. Fox?
Crispin
Travis knows about it.
Crispin Glover's. We don't have to drag him in, but I think they're remaking Alice in Wonderland. What's his name? Stupid is making it.
Tim Burton, right?
Oh, yeah, Johnny
Depp.
Yeah. Of course Johnny Depp's in it.
Jesus. All right.
Everything.
So anyway.
We move on with Scott and Todd. We're featuring them for this fine Jocktober.
Jacktober.
They talk about the old lady who lives in Carnegie Hall. At the end, they start laughing, and Sam writes, I'm not sure why they're laughing.
Well, look at that lady in the paper yesterday. Lives above Lincoln. Was it Lincoln? No, not Lincoln Center.
Carnegie Hall.
Carnegie Hall. She's 96, and they're trying to throw her out of her apartment because they want to develop. She's the only one that hasn't moved out. She's lived there 60 years.
Come at me, I got a stun gun.
You want it? She said, "You give me $10 million if you want it."
That's it.
You know what? We can't do this.
Why?
No,
we can't.
Why are they?
Oh no! Is this election coverage on Channel 5?
What is wrong with you? Why are they? Why are they laughing at that stupid?
I don't.
Okay, I'm trying to think. It's 2008?
Yeah.
I think that came out in 68.
Really?
Yeah, 2008. Is it the 40th anniversary of a certain movie that was released?
You might want to give it another minute. And
No,
then we can
give it another minute.
Yeah,
or
just to
all right, let me
be
look
on
at
the
my
safe
watch.
side. Talk about something else for a minute,
I
Jimmy.
will say this,
and then we're going
I'm
to stay
happy
back.
we got two guests today. We got Mark Maron, 8 o'clock, and of course Pete Coriale. I'm really happy Pete's coming at 7:30.
Oh, yeah, Pete's good.
Very funny guy.
Jimmy's
Yeah.
partner for Brewer Unleashed.
Yes.
On Raw Dog.
That's right.
I don't know. There were a few movies that came out in 68.
Name a few.
Let me think. What came out in 68?
What were some of those movies in 68? They were pretty good.
68's a rough one.
68.
Yeah.
Give me.
So she won't leave Carnegie Hall, huh?
Yeah. Apparently,
I remember
$10 million.
I remember 2003, 2004 well. So she won't leave Carnegie Hall. Yeah.
Night of the Living Dead.
Came out in 68?
2001.
A Space Odyssey.
Space Odyssey.
That was 68.
Boy, were they wrong.
Oh, there was a big one. Planet of the Apes came out in 1968.
God, yeah. That,
I was a big fan of the Planet of the Apes.
Planet of
movies.
the Apes.
Yeah.
Oh.
All right, back to the Scott and Todd audio as we feature them today for Jocktober.
Another McCain ad.
Oh, jeez.
Oh, my God.
They're making this too easy. Just don't mind us just laughing at nothing. What everyone needs to do on this show is have two TVs in front of you. One tuned to 11, one tuned to 5.
Well, yeah, if you're in New York.
And you'll get every joke we make.
Right.
Even if you don't, you do get them anyway.
Just know where we're going.
Yeah.
Oof. I'm glad we hung in there because now the audio's getting good, right, Sam?
Yes. Oh.
Scott's phone scam.
Yes.
What's
this
about?
is his benchmark bit.
Yeah.
Right. He likes to make prank phone calls that are definitely real.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Wow, Sam, really?
Yes, definitely. Because, you're allowed to do those on the radio.
With an endorsement from Sam like that, it's got to be real.
And I mean, you think about being on the other end of one of those calls and just, whoof.
I think we tore down this. I think we tore down this wall a couple of years ago. If you hear a prank call on your favorite radio show,
yeah,
and it's not an old one like we play some of our older ones.
Mm-hmm.
It's fake. You're not allowed to do that on radio anymore. We're frustrated because we used to be the kings of prank calls. We had a lot of great ones.
You could tell because Opie's going, hey.
Right. But we did a very good job with the
and
prank
I'm like,
call.
yeah, oh, God. Oh, that's hysterical. Ugh. I sucked.
But if you hear these things, they're fake. They're using people around the station stuff. You're not allowed to do these anymore. The FCC will fine you a lot of money. It's not a little fine either. So,
but that's what makes Scott and Todd a little edgier than the rest. They don't mind doing prank phone calls anyway. Bring it on, FCC. That's what they say.
Yeah. By the way, I thought it was over, but it's not. Jocktober stinks, Opie. Think about your family. Think about your friends. Think beyond the moment. Opie and Anthony care about you. Ass. Thanks, Juicy. Here's a Scott phone scam because this is real stuff. This is real edgy stuff.
Hello.
Hello.
Hi.
Yeah, how you doing?
Good. Who's this?
I'm calling about the car you got for sale.
Oh, yes. Did you see it in the paper?
My name is Pakwam. J-Hi?
No.
Don't worry about the spelling. It gets me sometimes, too, believe it or not. I carry around a little card in my pocket with the correct spelling. Anyway, what kind of car is it? I didn't get a good look at it. I was focusing it on the phone number.
It's a Saab. It's a 1988 Saab.
Okay, what kind of miles does she have on her?
It's around 100,000. It's a little bit under, but it's an 88.
You didn't roll any back, did you?
Excuse me?
Any miles?
Oh, no.
I did that on my 79
Wait,
Dart.
hold on. Somebody
laughing and clapping. There's an applause break in the middle of his call.
Can we bring E-Rock in and just punch him in the belly?
Oh, please.
Because I'm so frustrated right now. I got to hit.
Was that a laugh? It was like, it's like the madness never ends.
And this, like, oh, God.
How far back you want to go on
It's
that?
like 3 seconds. The awful
3 seconds
fake
too
laugh.
Yeah, I know this is Todd's phone scam.
Yeah, I
so
think
Scott doesn't really do anything.
Oh, really?
He just tries to keep his teeth in his mouth. And tightens up his face all morning long.
3,000. It's a little bit under, but it's an 88.
You didn't roll any back, did you?
Excuse me?
Any miles?
Oh, no.
I did that on my 79 Dart.
Wait, why was he laughing at 7? Hey, 62 Rambler.
I see the appeal of that. It is funny.
Thanks. It's funny just to laugh at the year and make up a car.
Dude, it's a comedy gold every time.
Yeah. Why is he laughing?
I suggest every time we hear 78 Dart on this show, we have to laugh.
Oh, great.
Just work it into your phone calls, people, because, that brings the funny.
I mean, it's such an obscure car. Who would think that?
Yeah, that's probably what we're...
That might be why, yeah.
Look, why don't we take a break and not play the rest of these clips?
Not come back to play.
Can we have one more, please?
Was that over? No, that phone scam couldn't have been over.
Oh, no.
There's got to be a payoff.
Wait, there's more to that?
Yeah, there's a big...
It's nothing without the prestige.
You broke this up into 3 tracks? What's wrong with you, Sam?
Not only did I break it up into 3 tracks, but I had to delete it. The thing was like 6 to 7 minutes long.
Oh, my God. All right, Scott starts getting upset with this caller who definitely isn't a plant who works for the station or anything.
Definitely not.
All right.
You ever take a driver's test, or were you like the 10th caller at a radio station? They just gave you one.
I don't understand why you're asking that.
Why I'm asking you if you ever passed a driver's test? Because you don't look like you can drive. Weren't you on Route 3 earlier on today?
How do you know that?
Because I'm the innocent motorist you tried to have vehicular intercourse with. You cut me off on Route 3, you idiot.
What? Wait a minute.
No, I got your...
We got to steal that. Vehicular intercourse. I like that.
This hole is laughing like this is the funniest thing she's ever heard. Ever.
And if you listen to the caller, this is why you can tell it's real. Because of the way he's saying, what? No. You? It's like you're not gonna be able to fake something like that.
Oh, of course not.
She's laughing like she's hearing Woody Allen's Moose Pit, Jimmy.
Dude, this is making my teeth hurt. I love when the guy goes, how did you know that? It's like watching Voss do Shakespeare.
Louis Beans.
You tried to have vehicular intercourse with. You cut me off on Route 3, you idiot.
What? Wait a minute.
No, I got your plate. I got your plates and your phone number. By the end of the week, I might have your house too.
What are you talking about?
You pulled right in front of me on Route 3, you jerk.
I didn't cut any. Who is this?
You pulled in front of me on Route 3 out of nowhere.
Where?
Right by the bridge, by the construction.
Wait a minute.
I was
are you the jerk in the Jeep?
It's a Pathfinder.
Hey, wait, how did you... Why, I oughta...
Something tells me this might have been improv, because I don't think anybody could write "Who is this?" 40 times.
Who is this? This? Yes, just keep saying "Who is this?" It's great improv.
When you have nothing to add, redundancy always helps. The nervous idiot salesman couldn't improv. Who is this?
Right.
Who is this? We got it.
He just wants to get off the phone so he can make more sales calls. He doesn't want to be bothered with their shenanigans.
And he can't remember the right vehicle. Hey, aren't you the guy in the 727? Right. It's a Pathfinder. Oh.
And they are just all hysterical.
Yeah. All right, let's continue. I mean, the prank call comes to a hilarious climax here, right? Right, Sam?
Well, yeah, that's the way it goes. They bring it to the climax so you can really... I mean, these are the laughs. This was all these laughs so far, it's just build-up.
To a big payoff.
Yeah.
And I had to hit the brakes, and when I did that, some gas escaped.
What?
From me.
Some gas?
Yes. I have a gas problem because of not having a spine, and I had to have the window down, and now I got like pneumonia from all the cold air hitting me all the way home.
I have got chills, and I can't look at Jimmy or anybody. I can't look at anyone in the room. This is...
Is he trying to say that he's an amoeba?
This is such bad. This is such bad.
They picked the wrong day to promote Planet.
This is just horrible. There's a split screen now, and the reporters are talking to what appears to be Dr. Zayas, Cornelius, and the
bad ape with the hat,
the gorilla,
Urso.
Yeah.
Oh my God,
Orso, what?
Orso.
No.
Urco?
Yeah, the big, the bad guy, the big head of the military of the Planet of the Apes. There.
That's the weirdest Joe Biden Halloween mask I've ever seen.
Yeah.
I wish we could go with this.
We could go with this.
we'd be going all right.
Wait, what
you got? I'm gonna write.
What is he saying with no spine?
Yeah, why he went off on this tear of just improv comedy? It seems
he had made
like.
a joke earlier that didn't make the final cut of Jocktober, where he said that he didn't have a spine and had mirrors in his car.
Oh, okay. That's funny.
Yeah,
but you had to cut that out.
Good stuff.
Because you got you high standards for this
exactly.
October stuff,
I was
right?
like, let's just bring the punch. The real funny boom.
Okay.
And I had to hit the brakes, and when I did that, some gas escaped.
What?
From me.
Some gas?
What? Yes. I have a gas problem because of not having a spine, and I had to have the window down, and now I got like pneumonia from all the cold air hitting me all the way home. And you're going to pay for it.
Listen, you call me up with the most ridiculous story I've... You had gas?
Yes,
you farted in your car.
Yes.
And now you're suing me because you blew a fart in your car.
No, that's not why.
That is what happened. You had a little gas attack and you're catching a chill. You're going to sue me?
After you cut me off?
What's wrong with you?
But you caused it.
You can actually get ratings doing stuff like this?
I don't know. Well, they will leave you on the air. Because they've been on the air for a long time.
The guy, see, what people don't seem to understand is not everyone is an actor. And when you put somebody on the phone that you want to act like an enraged caller or somebody that you call that is not supposed to be unaware of the clever ruse, they're not going to be able to pull it off. And this guy is completely losing it now as far as any credibility goes with his call. And he should have just hung up. I'm trying to sell a car. I don't have time for your nonsense. Click.
Yeah.
End of story.
Well, we got the big reveal, Anthony. Every prank phone call has to have the big reveal.
That's what everyone's waiting for.
See, that's what we did differently. We never did the big
Don't
reveal.
Give the reveal. Just leave him hanging. Let him think John's dead or whatever his name was.
That some horrific thing really did happen.
I don't know.
That's what I don't understand about these guys. Why would you give the big reveal for the big? Oh my God, you had me. Just let him hang there.
Because if you don't give the big reveal, then you don't know when to hit the big outro sweeper.
And every big morning show needs the outro sweeper, Sam. I understand. You got to end on a high note.
I'm also guessing you give the big reveal so the person can be so impressed with who you are. It's like, by the way, let me tell you, this is Todd from the Scott and Todd Show. No!
I thought so.
I can't believe it.
And sometimes they're so familiar with the show, they're able to guess, is this?
Sometimes.
The only reaction that would be appropriate is if he reacted to that and it was the way they reacted to Snake Plissken. Scott, I thought you were dead.
Listen, this is a phone scam. You're on the radio. I was the guy you cut off.
Is this Todd Pettengill?
This is yes.
You were the guy in the Jeep?
Yeah, but I still say you cut me off.
No, I didn't.
You did.
Oh my
You never know who you're going to run into. I like cut off.
What was that music?
Wait a minute.
Did you hear that, or was I having like
Wait a minute.
Every bit of that sucked.
Wait, he's trying to claim that somebody cut him off and he was able to get their phone number and they were selling a car. Well, it doesn't even make sense.
Todd is saying that. Todd is saying that it legitimately did happen. That he saw this guy, and the guy did cut him off, and he had a for sale sign.
For
in his
sale
car.
with the number. Oh, I get it.
So
now.
Todd wrote down the number and said, "This is going to be a great phone scam."
It's gold, Jerry.
And then he got him.
Well, let's end today's Jocktober with a little song parody from Scott and Todd. I mean, come on. Name some of those song parodies you like, Ant.
Yeah. What's wrong with the song parody we got?
Got electric shock, OJ.
Yeah, that was a good one.
Total recalling.
Total recalling.
Hey, Blankabator.
Right. The Black Girl song.
Condom Man.
I'm horny for little girl. KKK song.
Camp Concentration.
Candyman.
Yeah. Well.
KKK.
Guys, come on. We're just lucky.
House next door to me.
Wow. We're just lucky that we could do radio in the same city as Scott and Todd.
You know, it is a privilege.
It is a
consider
privilege.
it a privilege.
We bow to those guys today. Because how do we come up with songs like "Sucks to Be a Turkey in October"?
Oh, come on! Look at the two. The screens are just the best. Oh my God!
All right, so what's
this?
What?
Why are they shut? Come on, they're in cahoots.
All right, where's what's the song? What's the song? We gotta go to break.
What's wrong, Jim?
Nothing.
Yeah, let's just go.
We gotta go to break. We gotta get Pete in. We gotta do the song. Let's get to the song.
It's about ready to crack. Keep it in. Keep it in.
I'm being good.
Be good.
I'm being good.
Sucks to Be a Turkey in October. The Scott and Todd song parody.
Yeah.
Sucks to be a turkey in October.
Oh my God! You know what? No, I can't do it.
Dude, we got it. They're laughing in the back. This is funny.
Wow. It sucks to be a turkey in October.
No.
Yes, it does.
Sure it does.
This is funny. This is good. I can tell.
Do it to the fine people.
No, this is important.
I'm sorry. No.
This is important.
You're jealous that this is leaving all those other parody songs in the dust.
But I don't understand, why are they making a Thanksgiving joke in October using Christmas music?
Yeah, it's just so outrageous.
They're nuts. They're far and above what we do, so don't even question them.
Don't try to think like that.
They're the longest running morning show in New York City.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The #1 market.
Willie Mays played until he's 50. Let's remember that, people.
Wow.
Sucks to be a turkey in October. Counting down the...
The laugh in the back is good, though.
No, but I can't. I just can't do it. I'm sorry.
It's good. No, it's good stuff.
No,
it is a good stuff.
No, see,
it's good stuff.
They're yelling, shut it off.
In the back?
There's so many jokes.
Hardy har har.
I'd rather hear people laugh because someone said 1978 Art.
I got to hear this.
All right. Are you sure? All right.
Look, the guy's laughing already. This is good.
Yeah.
Sucks to be a turkey in October. Counting down the last days of your life. Gotta make sure that you're always sober, or you'll wind up eating some guy's knife.
All right, listen.
What?
Listen.
No, I'm angry. No, I'm mad.
No.
What did that mean? Help me, Jimmy.
Because being a turkey, you're looking forward into November, which is a very scary time for turkeys.
I understand the turkey part.
So what happens is you have to remain sober as the turkey. Otherwise, you'll wind up getting caught and meeting some guy's knife.
Eating someone else's knife.
Meeting. Oh, meeting.
I did. You can't understand the words.
Only drunk turkeys apparently are slaughtered.
But turkeys don't drink, Jimmy.
No turkey has ever drank alcohol.
No, and they're not allowed to run free.
No, they're not.
Sober.
Like the sober turkeys have a plan.
Yeah,
and escape.
They're fine.
And all the drunk turkeys are eaten. It's very funny.
Imagine a bunch of turkeys in a bar.
Come on, stop it, Sam.
Yeah.
The thought of them sitting on bar stools and and they get a drink.
He gives them a beer.
Oh, it's hysterical. They ought to run with that.
Turkey starts stumbling
Call
out.
them up. Give them that idea. They'll run with it, I'm sure.
And because people like when we go way inside on this show, for the people that linger longer, I know, but he's now my friend. Thank you.
Oh, boy.
Sucks to be a turkey in October.
Listen, you can't believe this. Listen in the background. Oh, no.
That you're always sober, or you'll wind up eating some guy's knife. They never know when it's coming.
Shoehorn.
It's like being on death row. So they spend their whole life bumming, wondering why they weren't born with a big toe.
I don't get it. I don't get.
Who was born with a big toe?
Just get
Dudley
words. Just put words to music. They don't have to make sense.
They rhyme though.
How about sucks to be Scott and Todd on the radio?
My face is tighter than a f***ing drum. Da, da, da. Oh. Why would a big toe? Because would he be able to like climb out of the pen with an opposable thumb? But that's not a big toe. What's the big toe line?
A lot of people coming up with a Pat from Menaki type joke. The turkeys do drink. They drink wild turkey. So,
and I don't have a toe.
Why they weren't born with a big toe. Nervously they chat and wobble, giving out a mating call. The females go gobble gobble, hoping they do not wind up a butterball. Because it sucks to be a turkey in October, counting down the last days of your life. Gotta make sure that you're always sober, or you'll wind up eating some guy's knife. This time of the year is a pain.
Oh, wow. A double shoehorn, ladies and gentlemen.
Wow.
He's pulled off
For the first
double
time
shoehorn.
in radio
We've never
history.
seen this
Oh, my
before.
God.
The judges are holding
Oh,
up
my
a 10-10, a 10-10, a 10-10, a perfect score.
Oh, wow.
Perfect score, a double shoehorn.
Double shoehorn.
Holy crap.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. I gotta be honest, I missed the double shoehorn.
Oh, how did you miss it?
Can you please hear the double
It's
shoehorn?
fantastic. Let's have a replay of that double shoehorn, the first one we've ever seen in a song parody, folks. Absolutely amazing, the double shoehorn.
First time ever.
He pulled it off.
That's right.
You're always sober, or you'll wind up eating some guy's knife. This time of the year is a pain. There's no place to run and hide. Hunted down like Saddam Hussein. They won't hang you, but you might wind up deep fried. I knew a turkey named Kevin who wound up with his throat cut. When people die, they go to heaven, but the poor birds get croutons stuffed up their butt.
You know,
it's not hurting anybody. This is the type of radio we all need to listen to.
Hello?
Yeah.
Yes, I was listening to your morning program with my young son in the car, and I heard something about croutons.
Some guy's nice.
And it was very upsetting. I had to explain why they would put croutons in a turkey in that fashion. I won't even say it, but I just want you to know you've lost a listener. Because it's outright. If I wanted that type of Howard Stern radio.
Holy crap.
Safe radio sucks. Well, that's it, right?
That's
okay.
Well, I can get some more.
You know.
Dude, I am dubbing that the worst song parody I've ever heard.
Really?
And I've written some of the worst ones I've ever heard.
No, you haven't.
No, believe me.
I'm dubbing that the worst moment of my life. And that includes all deaths I've been through with friends and family.
Friends, close friends, family. The double shoehorn was impressive.
It certainly was, Ant.
He loves shoehorning. Oh, does he love it?
He doesn't like thinking.
No, shoehorning is a last ditch. If you toil with a song parody over a line and cannot possibly find some way to phrase it right, you shoehorn and hope for the best. One shoehorn.
Mm-hmm.
Wow, does this guy just have a closet full of tight shoes? Oh, P.U.
Well, Sam, thank you. You always disappoint. We appreciate it.
Yes.
What do you mean?
Well, that's the bit, though.
Oh,
It's
okay.
good.
Okay.
That in a good way. You always disappoint.
I try to.
You make me angry with what you bring in here.
Great.
Who are we looking at for Monday?
Well,
You
Monday.
got to go Boston, man. There's
Yep.
a lot of hackery in Boston.
We are going to Boston on Monday.
All right, good. All right, guys. We're going to Take a break. We got Mark Maron here. Very cool. He's going to be playing comics this weekend down there in the Meatpacking District. What is it? 9th Avenue and 14th Street, pretty much. COMIXNY.com. We'll continue with Mark Maron next. You're checking out the Opie and Anthony Show. Got to go to the phones for a second here. We got Cheese in New York. A bunch of complaints coming in. What's up, Cheese?
Apparently, inquiring minds want to know what happened to the croutons because even though Scott and Todd's a family show, they dumped out on you guys.
Yeah, we're hearing that. We were doing Scott and Todd for Jocktober. They had a song parody, and there was something going on with a crouton. And our station, we're supposed to be the edgy shock jock show. They dumped out of a family-friendly song.
Can you believe he described taking croutons and stuffing them into a turkey where you stuff a turkey?
Right.
Everyone's done that. And he used the word butt.
Yeah.
In this description.
Yeah.
And it was dumped out of on our show. How faggoty is our show? We're trying to make fun of a show, and we end up being lamer than the show.
They're allowed to be edgier.
They're allowed to be edgier than us.
The whole reason we're doing the bit is to show people that we're edgier.
God, what's Michelle Obama saying now?
But are you insane? You just stop it.
Why would they dump that? Why?
We can't say that.
No, you can't.
Wow.
They're edgier than us.
Yes.
Well, congrats, Scott and Todd. You guys are edgier than we are.
There you go. That means we can't even do the bit because of it. All right, thanks, Chief.
Holy mother of God! Next, the next installment of Jocktober we do is going to be a little show called the Opie and Anthony Show. We're going to show how lame they are and can't get away with anything. What is going on today? I don't know. I don't know what is going on today. I'm beside myself watching TV. Well, now I'm getting confused as to what.
There's a whole montage of stuff going on local TV that.
If you're at home and have two TVs, God bless you.
Yeah.
Have fun with it.
Somebody has two television sets.
Get Back to the Future line.
Yeah.
No one has two TVs. He's kidding.
Let's say hi to Mark Maron. He's in studio.
Oh, man. What did I walk into the middle of here?
Well,
a cluster F, as they say on terrestrial.
You're talking about croutons in cavities?
Yeah. We're talking about, there was a song parody from a show we were goofing on where it was done to the stupid Grandma Got Run Over by a Reindeer song.
Right.
And one of the lines was how a turkey is stuffed with croutons.
Right.
Where they shove it.
Yeah, sure.
And he used a term for the orifice in the turkey where you shove the stuffing.
Yeah.
And said the word butt.
Okay.
And they dumped out of it on our show. You can't talk about putting stuffing in a turkey in that fashion, apparently.
I'm not going to talk about what happened last night then.
No.
Oh, no.
Do you honestly think, I really want somebody to seriously think this over, and this goes all the way from Jiven, who is our dump guy.
Who does a good job.
All the way up to the lawyers that make the stupid rules. Do you honestly think, please listen to me, do you honestly think the FCC is going to hand down a $320,000 fine, an indecency fine, for saying a turkey getting stuffed with croutons in its orifice and then using the other word that I just used? Do you honestly think that would happen? Has there ever been such a stupid thing that has been fined? Even when it was $32,000, do you think it would be fine? Do you think they haven't handed down a $320,000 fine yet? They've not fined one station $320,000 for indecency yet.
I do believe it's equal to playing the piano with your penis.
Oh, exactly.
I just got to say that.
That's gone.
Oh, I know. Somebody out there heard it, though.
It doesn't make sense. We're way, way over the line on this one as far as this safety thing. Don't worry. We're not going to get you fined your $320,000. for that. Relax a little bit, please. Holy God.
Such a double standard. It's ridiculous.
It really is.
I mean, Christ, you can get porn on breakfast cereal boxes now.
It's amazing, isn't it?
I mean,
love it.
Do you know how easy it, like you guys know, of course you hear every morning. When I was 13 or 12, to find pornography, oh my God.
The best.
Either you had a sick older brother, you had to go back that overpass where you found the one page of the magazine the week before, hoping that the rest of it showed up somehow.
I remember trudging through the woods and like you'd kick a pile of leaves and realize it was someone's stash.
Yeah.
And you're like, we found their booty.
I'm good for 6 months.
Yeah.
6 months.
Oh, the ones that only seemed to have 10 pages in them, but they were those big glossy pages.
Yeah, really glossy, like waterproof for a reason. Yeah.
Of course. Great stuff.
Yeah.
Oh, now you can't turn your computer on. It's like, pow, welcome. There you go.
But they're keeping
more
radio.
hair than a mosque.
They're keeping radio safe, though, so thank God.
Thank God, got to keep the...
And it has nothing to do with the FCC. That's what drives us nuts there, Mark
Stop
Maron.
it. Hey, relax, people.
I want to move on because this thing is way too good. You did this?
Yeah, we did it
I
down
thought you
at...
found this.
No,
this is brilliant.
Thank you, man.
In other words, that was a backhanded compliment, huh?
Yeah.
You did this, but it's brilliant. How did you do it?
Well, one day
Mark knows I love him. I actually go out and see him when he's doing his
That's
comedy.
very nice. Yeah. No,
Sorry,
we did that. I'm doing this daily thing at 3 in the afternoon. We're doing a live internet TV show. Me and Sam Cedar. It's at MVS Live, and we're doing political talk, and we're doing comedy, and we came up with this last week, and it's the only thing I've ever done that actually got some hits on the old YouTube there.
It's really good.
It's a McCain ad.
Yeah, it's a McCain ad, and visually it's great. It looks exactly like these political ads. A lot of the zooming in on a still picture kind of a thing.
Can you put a link in it on your site?
Oh yeah, we'll link that one up.
Will, right?
Unless of course it's
What do you mean, well?
something offensive
Don't
in
give
there.
me any wells.
Will
Just do it.
yes.
Don't even ask those asses.
YouTube, Marin V. Cedar, you could watch it, but I thought it was funny.
It's parody. It's comedy.
It's parody.
It's like, please, just.
But it's very close to the bone.
Mark, this should be one of the hottest videos on YouTube.
I know.
It really should. This thing should explode. Maybe this is what you need right here. Us playing it on our show. But
I still laugh at it.
Listen to this.
It's
listen
very
to
funny.
this. Don't want to say no more. Listen.
This is the most important presidential election of our lifetime, and some of you are still undecided. Let's have some straight talk. We've tried to convince you that Barack Obama is inexperienced. We've tried to convince you that Barack Obama is a terrorist. We've tried to convince you that Barack Hussein Obama is a Muslim. We're done with trying to convince you. Let's be honest. Barack Obama is black. Black. My friends, think about it. A black president? Come on. Are you crazy? This is America. Some things don't need to be changed.
I'm John McCain,
A white guy.
and I approve this message.
It's like when we were making that thing, it was so wrong because with the montage,
the black montage
of black leaders,
Yeah.
it just digresses. Like we felt guilty. Like
of course you did.
You go from Frederick Douglass to Martin Luther King to OJ,
yeah.
to Don King, and then the Flavor Flav. We just couldn't stop laughing at how bad that was.
It looks like a real political ad. It's great.
It's weird. Like when I did radio down there, you guys know, like in radio, you can create different worlds in seconds because you have machines, and it's getting that way with video now. I mean, if you've got a good guy who can do this stuff, and you got a blue screen that you can hang up on a wall, you can do almost anything like that, like in a couple hours.
I know. I got one in my basement.
Do you?
Yeah, it's great. I love it. I do.
You have a green screen?
Yeah, big Canon XL H1
Really?
high def camera. Yeah.
And when
I'm doing that crap.
it's
I just make stuff. It's fun. It's got like a little hobby. Just when I'm not shooting things, I'm shooting things.
So
it's videotaping.
hilarious. I've been driving cross country. You guys, you don't realize how lucky. Of course you do. I went to a Sarah Palin rally 3 days ago.
What?
Really?
Yeah, because I'm covering. I'm doing this political coverage for the Guardian website. I'm traveling with this crew in an RV, and I just came in to do comics. And man, I had no idea how people live in Kansas, in Kansas City. It's the saddest. I mean, these are people that have just, you go to a restaurant and they've just surrendered their dreams. They're stuck there. And the most powerful moment I had was I was in a bathroom at a truck stop.
Oh, boy, Jim.
Yeah, all right.
Yeah. I wish it was
the story, Jim.
I wish it was a better story, though, because sometimes, when you don't have kids and you just spend your life in your head, you think like, where the hell does this end up? Where's this going? So I go in this bathroom and there's this little old man standing next to me shaking. Right, and I'm peeing, and then he just looks up at me and goes, "If I could just get this thing running, everything will be okay."
Oh God!
If I could just get this running, and I swear to God,
he's trying to start an old Ford.
Yeah, like, hey. I almost cried, but when I heard the tinkle, I felt I was ready to. Yes,
nice,
good day for you.
Now you got a good day.
That's the payoff. The Palin thing was crazy, though. You're surrounded by religiotards of all kinds.
Yeah,
and but I found them to be very pleasant. They weren't racist ones. They were just Christian whack jobs, starry-eyed, thinking Palin is the second coming, or her son Trig, the retarded one. I wonder if that might be the second coming. Wouldn't it be amazing if Jesus came back and he was retarded? I want the ice cream. Oh my God, Jesus is retarded. But
I find that a little odd that you say that Palin is looked at as the second coming, as opposed to Obama.
No, it's Palin with the Christians. With the Christians.
Oh, okay.
But this is a very sincere thing, that they're very patient. You get there, like, Obama's a terrorist, Eggcorn is voter fraud, he's a socialist, he's a communist, he's carrying a gun, he's going to blow himself up. Oh, yeah, like he's the one, right? He's the one who's going to turn a blind eye towards fanatic Muslim terrorism and allow them to attack the United States. Wait, that was the guy we have now. So,
Bill Clinton?
No. Look, this guy, after talking to me, trying to sell me on the idea that Obama was a terrorist, he reaches into my hand and he gives me this as if it were a gift. It's a penny with a cross carved out of the center,
just the way Jesus wanted it.
Exactly. We're going to put Jesus on the money and make everything okay.
Let me see that.
I know that was
saying God we trust on it. So I guess the cross is just the next step.
Can I ask a question? Because I was talking about
legal tender.
I was talking about this with Jim the last time I saw him, because I've had a battle of conscience. I don't necessarily need to talk politics this morning, but when I was talking to you about that gig in Seattle, where you remember that? Well, I was in Seattle. I'll tell you the story because it was because I'm not a real believer, but I had this God moment. I was in Seattle. I was on stage, and I did this joke about Palin. What's so noble about bringing a retarded kid to term? Is that her only credibility? What are they running on? I was tortured and her kid's a retard. Have a little decency. Wow. Come on. And people got judgmental about it, and because of the word retarded. And I figured that if they, at the Republican National Convention, if they were passing around that retarded kid like he was a bong, literally, like, let me get hit off of that retard. Don't boogie that retarded kid. I need to bounce in the polls, right? So I'm feeling bad about it. And I had to explain myself to a room full of liberal people and tell them that I'm a compassionate guy. I don't have anything against retarded people. I like the word retarded. I've talked about that before.
Yeah.
But I honestly do. Because I envy the retarded. Because when they experience joy, it's so pure.
It's true bliss.
Right. And you feel it. You get like a contact buzz off it. And I don't want to be derogatory. I don't think the retarded is a derogatory term, but maybe we should call them something else. And I said in a very compassionate way, I said, maybe we should call them God's clowns. Okay? And it got this very weird kind of laughter, like it's sort of built in its discomfort, because I meant it as a flattering thing, right? But then I walk off stage and like, oh my God, what did I say? That's heinous. God's clowns, is that right? Is it wrong? And I'm at bumper shoot, right? So I go to a Stone Temple Pilots show, all right, outdoors. Not that I like them, but I wanted to see if Scott could make it through.
It's always a treat.
Right, yeah, is he going to fall down?
Hey.
So I'm in an outdoor arena. There's 20,000 people in this arena. And for some reason, right behind me, I hear, I like Stone Temple Pilots. Hey! And I'm sitting there thinking about God's clowns, right or wrong. Right behind me, there's a mentally disabled guy. Like a 25-year-old.
A liberal?
No.
Sorry, I got to get my shots in where I can today.
Yeah, you should. You're going to have 4 years to do it. It's going to be a rough 4 years for you guys to adapt.
You're right.
That's going to be the biggest challenge of this country, adapting to the black guy. So anyway, right behind me, there's a 25-year-old or 26-year-old retarded guy. He goes, this Temple Pilots. And I'm thinking, how the hell is that possible? I just said God's clowns. This is beyond coincidence. That there's a retarded guy right behind me. And I'm still excited he's there, because he's having a good time. I'm getting the buzz. I'm like, yeah, And then I look over at his father, Yeah. I look over his father, right? And just the pain in his face. This man looked like it was just miserable pain. And it was then I realized what God was trying to tell me. Apparently, they're really only funny for a little while.
You know what it is? I feel worse for the father of a retarded child than I do the child or anyone else. It's like it's got to just suck.
Well,
you got so many hopes and dreams of having the son, and you're playing ball and put him through school, you play a football team, whatever. Whatever you want him to do. And then it's like, oh boy, all right. Well, I guess the best we can hope for is, a little bit of writing and coloring that we can stick on the fridge.
Get him his pancakes again.
Yeah.
Maybe we could get him to tie his shoes.
Yeah, that was what was so sad. But I still believe that there is a poetic reality.
That's why a little whoopsie daisy down the old. Hope you don't live in a ranch.
Why don't we take a break? We got Mark Maron. We got to do a little catch up here. Mark's playing comics. COMIXNY.com.
Yeah,
I spell it every time now because of you, my friend.
Oh, good.
Because you were so frustrated on that stage going.
Hey, I just want to let people know who have seen me before. I'm not as sad as I was. I was going to wait till. I was going to wait till the other portion of the show to discuss what's going on with the divorce and everything else.
Yeah.
I think I'm coming out of the tunnel, fellas.
You look
nice.
You look
good.
happier.
Do I?
You really do.
I was carrying a burden, man.
You look happier.
Yeah.
Maybe we'll get into that a little bit over here after the break because it's a storyline that's been going on for a while now with our audience. Yes, Jimmy.
Just tonight, before we go to break, before I forget, tonight's the final episode of Down and Dirty on HBO. It's the Patrice O'Neal episode. I screwed up last week. It's a really good episode. Patrice is great. And it's on HBO at midnight after Bill Maher show. And the number you can call me at is 917-267-2602. I've been using that for a while to interact with fans.
Awesome. More with Mark Maron in just a sec. We're hanging with Mark Maron today. Playing comics this weekend. COMIXNY.com or call 212-254-2500. 14th Street and 9th Avenue here in New York City. So, what were you talking about?
With you off on the break, I was talking about moles.
Moles. And your divorce.
Yeah, I think I'm finally starting to get out of the weeds.
That's great. Good.
Seriously, you're out of the weeds now completely, right?
Well, very, very close. I have my divorce started in 1999, and I will be done pretty much next year sometime.
I'm still being a wuss. I really am. I sent her a large chunk of money. Deposited the large chunk of money on the day it was supposed to be deposited right into her dumb bank account.
Dumb bank account. Oh, do I understand this?
Okay, and I detached from it. Mm-hmm. I said, "This is just a liability. This is the way it is. This is how people grow up sometimes."
Right.
And you know what? I waited a week. Not a thank you.
Yeah.
I just want to thank you. I just sent you a lot of money. Call me up. Thanks.
Thanks,
I got it.
Thank yous.
Well, but see, that's the problem. I can't live with that. So who texted her after 2 weeks? Hey, how you doing? Everything okay? Just checking that everything's okay.
Oh, my God.
All right? I did. I texted her to see if everything was okay.
Why would you do that?
Because I don't know. I don't know why I did it, Anthony, because I'm a wussy.
The only communications I've had with my ex has been on the front and backs of checks. Like where you have to write your account number on it. Instead, it's something like, hey, only 5 left. And then I put a little exclamation point. And then her lawyer would yell at me. And my lawyer would yell at me, could you refrain from writing anything on the check? It's like, why can't I just write a note? There's a little section on the check. It says, note.
It's your checks.
It's my goddamn check.
You can write whatever the hell you want
on it. Write on the front of it. Because for a while, there was something on the back. I had explained this for a while. That when you write a check for enough money, I swear, to go out and perhaps buy a Ferrari. And then you get that check back. You know how you get your canceled checks back? And it's signed and, been deposited. It's now out of your account.
Yeah.
And underneath it is cashed under protest. So that later on, I guess, I don't know how this works, but I'm guessing that a lawyer would tell someone to do that so that later on
if there's anything you want to pursue later, that the argument can't be used like, well, you cashed the check. You took the money, so it's like and I'm like, if you really want to protest, tear that sucker up.
Yeah, throw it away.
Rip it up. That's a protest. That's a 60s style. We're making some sacrifices kind of protest.
Burn that check.
Yeah, burn it.
Yeah, well, we're in different. We're definitely in different leagues because she could have maybe bought a Camry with with the check I was sending. And that was the best I could do. But and it wasn't a payment thing; it was a lump sum. It was not. There was not as much animosity.
I've been doing this for quite some years.
No, I'm going to be out of it, and I felt better, after I sent her the check. But my problem is, and I don't know why I'm honest here, of all places, in the one place I will be judged as a wuss, but there's still part of me. See, you hate her. I got a problem. She left me.
Right.
And for no reason at all, and there's still part of me that wants to make her cry, so I know she still likes me.
Wow. Oh, all right.
All right, and then that's a sickness that I can't. I'm having a hard time living with it. Even the fact, like I talked to her the other day, right, and I'm like, so we got the money. You got the money. We get in these conversations about lawyers and all this other crap, and then eventually we just start talking, and it's like nothing ever happened. And that's what I sort of stick on, right? And we rarely talk, but it happened again the other night. And I always think that because she wrote me, she's like, how you doing? I'm like, okay, great. I'm good. We're going to talk, and then, but in the back of my head, I'm like, it's just all going to be erased, and I'm going to, all right.
Oh, jeez.
No, I know.
Yeah.
I know.
I know you know.
And I talked to my brother. He's like, you idiot.
Of course.
Of course. Yes.
Your brother.
What are you doing? You can't talk to her. And I'm like, no, you don't understand. It's cool. And of course, after I do, here's what happens. It always turns out that whatever she's, getting in touch with me about has nothing to do with her missing me or anything else. It's always some weird thing that she's pissed off about that doesn't unfold.
How?
Huh?
How is she pissed off about anything when...
Because she doesn't like me talking about it. She doesn't like me characterizing her as the person that left me for no reason at all other than she was unhappy. I mean, come on, it's marriage.
You're supposed to be unhappy.
You're writing it out.
Come on.
And then now the new thing is, I'm like, so where are you? She goes, I'm here. I'm in New York. I'm like, really? So you got a place? Well, I'm staying at my boyfriend's.
Oh.
I'm staying at my boyfriend's.
Oh, you don't want to hear that.
Yeah. Well, but twice, and it's like, and I don't even care. Really.
My boyfriend's my boyfriend's.
Yeah, I don't even care. I'm staying at my boyfriend's, fine. But what's weird is that, like, I've gone out of my way not to, like, I don't want to know who he is, but I do. I do. Of course I do. Because there's that whole thing, it's like, okay, she's got hold of somebody that's got a lot more bread than I do, that's younger than I am, that has, that's going to be nice and boring. See, I know my problem.
You want to, wait. You want a guy that is going to be worse than you, obviously.
They're all going to be worse than me. Look at me. Is there anyone like me?
But you want to see the guy to see that he's actually uglier than you. I think it comes down to just a
what it is, though? With girls, the physical thing is different. You want a guy that isn't as successful, is boring, isn't funny. That's the
and who's impotent.
Yes, completely impotent.
But no one has to be impotent.
A eunuch.
Are you like for me? I have such issues with the sex.
Yeah.
Like if you got like my ex and I broke up and I'm obsessed. Like, she's banging somebody. Look, they date. We date. If you guys get back together, like or ever.
No, I don't care.
Would you be crazy? Like she dated someone?
No. It's not even about that. It's not about the sexing. I know what I'm capable of. I know what I did there. I know the work I've done. I know the impact I have had. Mm-hmm. And I used to talk about it because I used to be a jealous guy. And I somehow cured jealousy, with mathematics. And I'm not even a math guy because I figured, I've probably had sex with her, thousands of times over the last 8 years. So if she goes out and bangs some guy once, twice, I'm still winning. I still got the numbers on him.
Oh, you got more? Yeah, okay.
All right, there's that. But then there's also the thing is that she's so hot. I crossed the line in terms of maturity. With jealousy, that one time I was like, who's she, what's she doing? Who's she banging? What's going on? And I'm picturing her, like, banging like two guys. And I actually, it turned me on. So I actually started, masturbating to my jealous fantasies. I'm saying I turned the corner here. You know what I mean? Yeah. Like, I'm a grown-up now.
Let that sit there for a second. They dumped out, and that's too good.
No, that's okay, because if you're taking...
It's too good.
If you're taking care of yourself, thinking about her with two guys, you're over it.
That's right.
Yeah, wait, so do you throw in a black one and a white one? Sometimes that helps me get through it.
Yeah, no, absolutely. A black one,
Obama and Biden.
Yeah, a black one, a white one, and another woman clapping.
No, it's Obama and McCain. It's about healing.
Yeah. And hanging over it, Jim, is a picture of me, and they all stop every few minutes and laugh.
Why don't you find out where he lives and just blow up his spot?
I'm not even. It's just it's
like
You know what the truth of the matter is? I thrive on spite, and like I want to carry this burden of. I don't really want to know, and there's some part of me that wants her to be happy and to have a life. But the thing I dread, and the thing I know about myself, is the fear I have. I'm 45 years old. I got no kids, and on a day-to-day basis, there's part of me that's like, well, what the hell am I hanging on to here? There's those moments where you're like, what's the point of all this? Even if I'm getting laid, it doesn't matter. What I really want to know is that I am a hard act to follow. That there's some part of her inside of her that will never forget what we had, even if she is determined to make it sickness.
You know something?
That's the thing about
That's very good. That's a great point. That you made an impact and you're a hard act to follow. That is good. You got to be, the hard act to follow, because no matter where else she goes in life after that, you want to think like,
I'm in there. I'm lodged in her heart like a blood clot.
Like a
that she cannot remove me from her heart. Because, when you're in, like, here's the other way I'm spinning it. Is that, she got me sober, I've been sober 9 years, and she brought me in. When I left my first wife, I was about to die from alcohol and cocaine and disappointment. I used to lay in bed next to a woman who loved me, who could not tolerate my drinking, just waiting for my heart to explode to the sound of snoring. You understand? And when I saw Mishna, when I met her, I was like, oh my God, she's perfect. And she got me sober, and she got me involved with that, right? So the new way I'm doing it, I'm going up to cats I know that have been through several rehabs. And I'm saying, all right, so since you've started trying to get sober, how much has it cost you? Right? So, like, I know one guy, he's like, I've been to 3 rehabs, I've spent $150,000. Okay. I'm like, that's about what I spent.
So
this is the cost
at it.
Right, it's the cost of my sobriety.
That's brilliant.
Yeah, it puts
really
it into
is.
perspective.
Oh, you do rationalize it when you have to write a check.
You got to detach from that money, man.
I just look at it like a number, because if I thought that every few months I was going bum 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 and pulling up in a Porsche and going, here you go, rum 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 rum, here's a Lamborghini, there you go, rum rum, here's a Ferrari, take it away, I'd shoot myself.
Yeah.
You got to look at it as digits on a page, on a worksheet, on a flow chart, on a friggin' whatever.
Or an investment. It's a karma cleaner for me. Yeah, I mean,
is that what you think of it as?
I'm not blameless here, but the thing that gets me is that there's some part of her that you idealize these people, and she's not perfect in any way. And I know she's not buying cars. She's just sitting around in some other guy's apartment, wondering why she can't get her work done. What she's not doing is working. In the sense that I would, and I don't think that she should have to work necessarily, but I just know that I just bought her another year where she doesn't really have to do anything.
Dude, that same exact thing. I've been in the same boat where I look and go, a job, something, maybe work, anything. But no, it was like I don't know what I could say here.
And I can't.
I'm still under,
I can't seem to bang her out of my heart either. You know,
really?
Yeah, I've tried, and on some level it works, and I'm involved. I've been seeing this other woman who she knows, and
really?
Yeah.
Plus,
well, that's why she's throwing boyfriend around, because you've already trumped. When you've done certain things with certain people's friends, it's very hard for them to compete with that. So they got to throw a boyfriend.
No, I'm not even. I understand that, and it's all fair. It's all fair play. If this is the table we're playing at,
you're subconsciously trying to hurt her.
Subconscious, I'm actively trying to.
Yeah, I guess that.
What do you?
You're right.
I'm very aware of what I'm doing.
He has a chart on a blackboard. My action to her tears.
Yeah,
but I didn't know how to get my self-respect back.
Do you like her friend?
Who? I don't know who he is.
No, I mean, do you like her girlfriend?
The woman I'm dating
or
now?
Are you just doing that as
no? I did a couple times.
Yeah.
But no, the woman I'm seeing now, they weren't good friends, but yeah, I like her. It's very interesting and weird to be in a relationship, and it's a long distance relationship, which means there's a lot of arguing, and there has to be. It's difficult, really? But I like her. But I know there was some part of me though. The first one that I was with that she knew like it was just it wasn't a coincidence, but it was somebody who was around and being supportive, and I was vulnerable and weak and angry, and it happened, and it was a big mistake. But in my brain, what you think is a guy, it's like, if she's going to leave me, the only thing I can do is sleep with one of her friends to get my self-respect back.
Well, that's like the thing. That's the ultimate, like, screw you thing. But it works better with the person that left. Like, if she leaves you and then sleeps with one of your friends or someone you know, that's worse than her leaving you and you sleeping with one of her friends.
Yeah, I don't know which one she slept with.
Jimmy just went like,
She went out of her way to tell me that plenty of my friends offered. She went out of my way to say, a lot of the guys, I turned down some offers.
Oh, that's nice of her.
But I didn't say who, what's their resume, what are their credits.
I'd want to know.
But if she left you, why?
That's it, and me too.
But why? Maybe she's just saying that. Like, if she left you, why is she saying that to you?
Because in her head, she was waiting. She wasn't going to file for divorce. She was going to wait till I blew it up, and I blew it up. And you know what that means? She can go, "You did this, but you left. Yeah, but you did that. Were you coming back? Doesn't matter."
Yeah.
This is hilarious.
Hilarious.
I don't know how this is the thing, like when you talk about a woman and you think of the impact you had on her.
Yeah.
I'm just the opposite. Like I really, my ex and I talked, my long-term ex, and she's like, yeah, I'm still hurting over it. I think I have no impact in a person's life.
Really?
None. Like my self-esteem is so low that when the relationship is over, I figure that she's out banging and hooking up immediately because she's so happy to be away from me and so relieved. So anything she does is going to be better. So I feel like I'm suffering and I'm in pain, and I've had no impact. I'm like, you really do? Like 6 months later, she was still hurting. She's like, yeah, of course. I'm like, really? I really was surprised to hear that.
They're not like us. They don't go out and just start banging people. I mean, not all of them. Why are you looking at me like that?
No, I think some of them do. Some of them don't.
Sometimes they get over it.
Yeah, but he's saying more guys than girls would do that. I agree.
Yeah, because we have a distance from it. It just becomes, I had to.
All right, how was
telling
he's remembering something real nice.
Well, no, someone said something to me before I really started in this other relationship and whatever is going on, when I was kind of going through them. And I was with this woman, and someone asked me, do you like her? And I said, no, but I like it. And it wasn't, it's not disregarding that woman. It's just like you like to have sex, and if sex can be just as addicting as anything else, that's an easy way to get out of yourself. I mean, if anyone finds the amount of time I spend on YouPorn is disgusting.
We would just start the show with that today.
We were just talking about that. I spent probably last night, and I don't do this a lot, but it was like, it reminded me of something Jimmy had said, that he, was sick of himself for spending so much time in front of the computer doing this. And last night, I spent hours just perusing hardcore porno on the computer, just looking for one that was better than the next.
Yeah,
just doing that,
like a little rat in a cage, just hitting that button, replaying that
I'm
money
a chicken
shot,
playing tic-tac-toe. Pecking away.
Yeah, in the middle of something like that, if you really were just to sort of step out of your body for a second and look at exactly where you are and what you're doing, that moment is one of the most pathetic, shameful.
Yeah, it's just why am I doing this?
Yeah, because there's no joy or happiness in it. There's no celebration. You don't finish.
There's no shame there,
and it's fine if you go from like
there's not a lot of
Drudge and then CNN,
right,
and then maybe you check out some porn and just go, all right, well, I'm going to bed or something.
Right.
But when you look at the clock and go, oh my God, it's 10:30 already?
Yeah,
I've been here for 6 hours.
Yeah.
All right, a few more videos, a few more of these.
That's not like you. You really were at it for 6 hours?
Yeah, I'm weird when I'm alone in the house. The thing is, I'm not usually alone in the house.
Yeah.
But lately, I've just been alone. It's been me and my friggin' thoughts, which is horrific.
I wish I had the technology to, like, right when you finish, when you're watching a porn, everyone who's on the screen having sex stops and just looks at you and goes, look at you! Are you proud of yourself?
You can't shut those browsers fast enough.
I know,
because you're convinced they might be live videos.
Sticky hand is
right. Listen, we got to take a break. That's really funny. Mark Maron's going to be at Comics here in New York City, 14th Street and 9th Avenue, COMIXNY.com for Mark Maron. Your thoughts in your house? Could you share share that after the break?
Oh,
maybe?
yeah. We'll talk about
what you were
that
thinking about last night.
When
That
I'm alone in the house.
that led you to the computer and checking out porn for 6 hours.
Oh, absolutely.
All right, more with Mark Maron, but first we got a primetime gossip thing here.
We're back, and primetime gossip is rolling on further than anyone thought it could. Recently, all hell has broken loose on radio's The Opie and Anthony Show, as the morning show's studio has been falling apart around them. It all started with Anthony's mic.
Listen to this mic. It overmodulates when I talk. It shouldn't do that. Listen to it. You like that? Wake up. Wake up at 6 o'clock.
Thank God for Anthony being the consummate broadcaster that he is. His professionalism shone through as he was able to troop on with the show without misdirecting any of his anger towards the listeners.
Hey, David, go to your job and complain to the manager the fryolator doesn't work. How would you feel if the fryolator didn't work, you friggin' low-class piece of crap?
As the morning continued, they found out next that they had lost their dump and delay systems.
The dump is officially dead. It's not working down the hall.
While some morning shows would let this affect their mindset, Opie stayed in the zone and certainly didn't respond by going into complete self-destruct mode.
No cursing.
How about a little one? What's a little curse?
We are really taking a chance just talking like this.
How are we taking a chance?
Why is all this happening? Could the CBS radio network truly be this incompetent? Normally, primetime gossip wouldn't jump to conclusions, but all the information we've received points to only one answer. CBS Radio is letting this ship sink and sending their boy Stumpbrain down with it.
Tom Chiasano wouldn't allow this to happen. Stumpbrain.
No, they got rid of him though.
Stumpbrain, what are you doing? Are you just in over your head?
What could possibly happen next? Could the technical problems continue? And who the hell is leaving this goddamn show? Stay tuned, as you'll only find out here on Primetime Gossip.
Opie and Anthony, Jim Norton in studio. Of course, he's here every day. He's being a big star when he's not doing the radio show. Down and Dirty, HBO, tonight at midnight, right after Bill Maher, starring Patrice O'Neal tonight. That's all you need to know.
Author.
And then I go over here. That's right. That's right. And then we go over here. We got Mark Maron playing comics here in New York City. And we love when Mark comes in.
I'm a marginal star, an acquired taste.
We didn't know how it was going to go with you, to be honest with you.
Yeah, well, that's
because, you do the Air America and the liberal thing, and,
Well, that's the thing.
But you can play different roles, which we like.
People, I come here to reveal my inner sick, perverse self, and then I go over there and I care about people.
Yeah,
it's cleansing in a way.
It's that mixture between selfish and selfless. You got to help the people that are angry about certain things, and then you just got to help the people that hate themselves and need to masturbate.
You can't just walk around with the angel on your shoulder all the time. You need the devil to counteract a little bit.
Are you kidding?
Balance it out.
My devil's in my pants.
Anthony, so you're alone at home.
Yeah.
And your thoughts really bother you, and you try to distract that.
Well,
what have you been thinking about lately
really
in your
bother
house?
me. I just think too much. Like, that's what it is. I think much too much about things. We were talking before, about retarded individuals, mentally handicapped, whatever you want to call them. God's clowns.
We like God's clowns. That one's going to be used. We'll credit you, though, Mark.
And it's just one of those things where ignorance is bliss, and I delve into a little bit of everything, and I try to keep informed, and it just makes you, nervous. And your mind starts working and creating scenarios, and sometimes you got to tell yourself to just shut up and enjoy yourself.
That what's in your pants is a ticket out. I mean, it's a built-in stress release device. I don't know why people are judgmental about it. I mean, because when the world is overwhelming, make it simple.
Yeah,
you focus right here. Get locked in. I mean, here's the saddest thing about doing that because I've been a chronic masturbator since I was 12. I don't think I've gone maybe a day or 3 days.
Say taking care of yourself.
Yeah, because we want to keep this on the radio. We used to be able to use that word.
I keep getting dumped.
Yeah.
Right.
And we used to be able to use that word, and we should. Yeah,
I've been able to. Of course we should.
I've been taking care of myself autoerotically.
Right. Very good.
Okay. Fairly regularly since I was about 12. Now, as I get older, I'm justifying it by saying, "Oh, it's good for your prostate." I mean, you got to keep that thing working.
It is true. Yeah.
But here's where it gets sad: is where you don't really want to, where you just want to go to sleep, and you're like, "Oh God,
here we go.
Yeah. Let's do this."
You ever do it? You ever do it when you're just gravely sick with a fever and laying in bed?
Oh,
and
yeah.
You're sick, and then it's just like, I'm bored.
Yeah.
Like you're too sick to even get up to go to the bathroom or do anything.
You're in the middle of a fever dream.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
like, oh my God, I'm having sex with the devil.
You just have to do it. We're just slobs, man. Just slobs.
Yeah, but why not? But, then I see, like, I was in Colorado, which is the whitest, most sexless, most weird Aryan culture I'd ever been in. I was staying at some fancy resort hotel. But, look,
Overlook?
Yeah, it was. It was exactly like that place.
Love that place.
The Overlook Hotel.
Yoss is trying to elect.
You've always been here, Mr. Torrance. That's the best thing, where he sees himself in the picture.
Pack your pig mask.
When he sees himself in the picture from the 20s.
Sure.
Yeah.
And that guy says, you've always been here. That's what I used to say to Jeff Ross. In terms of show business, like, you've always been here, Mr. Ross.
There's a picture of him holding up a little martini glass.
Yeah, exactly.
1921 was the year in that photo.
It wasn't really? Wow.
Good one,
But I'll tell you something about the people that don't masturbate or aren't, that don't take care of themselves.
Yes.
And don't do it regularly or find it shameful. They're very well insulated. They have boundaries. They're very uninteresting. See, I prefer people who are a little bit self-hating, kind of crazy, ungrounded, and need to eat or do that just to keep their sanity. To me, that's an interesting person. Somebody who's all convinced that God's going to take care of them and they don't have to do that kind of stuff. To me, you may get a lot of work done, but I don't find you very interesting.
It's a little outgoing.
Yeah, it is. When your needs are so deep that you have to take prisoners. That's what I'm talking about.
So what were you thinking about yesterday? With your mind just not turning off.
Being alone in the house is an odd thing for me because I most of my life has been spent in relationships. I've been in live-in long-term relationships for most of my adult life, if not all of my adult life. I've always had girlfriends, and they've lasted in the years.
Yeah, me too, yeah.
But how many years longer than they should have?
Too many. Much too many.
What is that about? Can we talk about that later?
I don't know why, but I've done that. And then I'm really at this stage of my life, I've decided, hey, I'm not doing that anymore. So I'm not going to jump right into another relationship again.
Like I just did.
I don't want to do that.
Yeah.
I almost did.
Yeah.
Like a couple of times since I broke up with my girlfriend. My last girlfriend I was with for 8 years.
Yeah.
We lived together in a few apartments. I got this house. I bought a house. And we were there for a year or so. And then she decided, I'm leaving.
What?
I'm taking off.
Why?
She, as far as she told me, she was bored. She just kind of, I met her when she was 19.
That's what happened.
She was 29 at the time, that we're breaking up. And she just kind of fell into this thing where it's like, you don't really,
She became a different person.
I don't really like you like that anymore.
Daddy.
Or something, Daddy. It was just one of those situations where it was weird. So she just kind of, she left. And it was one of those weird things where I wasn't really broken up about it. I felt a little weird and a little like I had some questions.
Did you cry at all?
No, not at all. And I swear I'd be honest.
Oh, yeah,
I would have. There had been situations where girls broke up with me and I was a wreck. Yeah. But in this situation, I saw it coming so far down the line that I just knew something was up. So, then I get myself into this other relationship thing, which was, a crazy girl that shows up in my driveway at 3 a.m.
That's exciting.
After we've broken up already.
Yeah.
She won't allow me to break up with her, and her mother's calling me.
The mother?
Dude, it was insane.
Mom called you?
Yes.
Oh, yeah, he talked about
her mother called me.
What did she say?
Yeah.
What am I doing? You don't understand how hurt she is, blah, 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 blah. All right, look, I effed up. I shouldn't have done that. But
you should have said, all right, how much?
Yeah, what? But it was one of those situations where, again, I was falling into exactly what I do. Exactly what I do. And then I hook up at some point with, the traffic girl on Channel 11.
I think I heard about this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And again, fell into the same situation where I'm all of a sudden boyfriend and girlfriend.
Yeah.
And I constantly doing this. So finally it was like, no, I can't do this anymore.
And you got to ride out, now you're just riding out the loneliness, the pain, and you do it, you relieve
now
yourself.
It's like I'm alone in the house, but I find it, I don't know if it's a good thing or a bad thing.
You know why it's good? I'll tell you why. because I've had to deal with this. The reason it's good is that you can finally, sit, and this is going to sound a little Dr. Phil-ish, if you don't mind.
Dr. Phil's great.
Yeah, but you can...
Shut up.
He's helped Jim a lot.
I like how Jim tries to put the straight face on and,
but you can,
and nod, but his smile is like
I'm telling you,
boyish grin.
It's important to sit with yourself and all your own crap and to sit with your feelings and to feel...
But I don't. I sit with pornography on the computer.
Yeah, but
I'm not sitting pondering, my life.
But you just said you were. That moment before you decide to go to the computer where things get overwhelming, that's what you got to stay in for a few more minutes.
I hit the wine.
Oh, really?
It's a little bit everything. It's just and I don't know if it's this big. It isn't this big deep thing. I'm such a deep thinker. I get bored.
Right.
I'm bored. I walk around and it's not like, oh, poor baby Anthony. Believe me, I have my hobbies. I have a lot of fun.
Yeah.
I do fun things. I've been given a lifestyle which allows me to have a lot of fun and do things and have toys and whatever. But there are these moments where you're just going like, all right, what are you doing?
Is this it? That's the one I have.
What are you do? You have, is this it?
Yeah. Is this it?
I don't know if I've had a is this it moment.
Or do you have a what are you doing?
I've had a what are you doing moment. I've been like, what are you doing?
Yeah.
It's like, what are you doing? All right, I'm surrounded by some pretty cool stuff. I'm having fun. I am, and it's not this fake plastic put on a mask fun. Yeah. It's legitimate. I'm having a good time.
Yeah, I'm having a good life.
But then this thing kicks in. It's like, what are you doing?
Yeah. Why are you sitting here?
And then I look around and go, what?
And that freaks
What are you
out.
doing?
For 6 hours.
I'm just sitting here in front of a computer looking at hardcore pornography. And then I go to bed and I go to work.
You know what? You have to get a pet.
And
you have
get out of here!
You have to get a pet.
Every one of these stupid girls too that I've almost become boyfriend with. They've almost become my girlfriend.
Yeah.
Every single one of them want to bring a menagerie of animals into my nice house.
Yeah, I'm in the animal guy.
I walk into their apartment and they're a wreck.
Yeah. Yeah.
Everything's scratched up. Something's been urinated on by an animal.
You wake up with a cat on your head.
A cat's there. There's hair on every bit of clothing you have.
Yeah.
I went out. I was like, I got to get a suit for an event. And I decide, I'm doing well. God bless. I feel good. I got a nice Armani suit.
Treat yourself.
I wanted to dress really nicely.
Yeah.
And I'm just thinking to myself, if I still had a girlfriend where we had a cat, this thing would be covered in cat hair
or pee,
or marking the They do that, and then the other one.
Where do you guys put your suits where a cat's going to jump all over? And
they get everywhere.
The hair gets everywhere.
That
it
hair
floats or something.
It goes into your air conditioning system and blows out your vents and stuff.
It's sad. You don't realize you have a problem. It's like a drug problem. Like I got in LA, I got 6 cats. And people come over and they're like, "What the hell is wrong with you?" I'm like, "What are you talking about? They're my friends."
I bought a rug for the living room at some point. This was when I was still with my ex.
Yeah.
We had a cat. And bought a rug because we were starting to decorate. There was nothing in the house except a rug and like a couch. This cat clawed up this rug
immediately.
It was a $4,000 rug, which had every bit of pile looped out of it from cat scratching. You know where it is now?
Where?
It's on my garage floor, and I park my cars on it. That's what happened because of one effing cat. And then this other girl that ended up in my driveway. She had these delusions that she was moving in with me at some point.
With
she
a
started
mother?
hinting towards it. Wait, don't laugh. Almost. It got to the point where she wanted to come over with a mother to decorate my house.
Oh.
And they didn't live in the area.
No, very far away. She had, dude, she had cats and 2 pit bulls.
That she brought with her when she traveled?
No. But this was what was going to... And then when I said, what are you talking about like that? I wouldn't have that in my house.
Yeah.
I wouldn't have... And that turned into a big thing.
What was the thing?
And I'm just like, hey, and that's when I was like, all right, pull the friggin' thing, Maverick. We're punching out.
Wait,
were
you going to let her come in and stay for a while, though?
No, because before that it got
a little
crazy. Because it started getting really weird. Where it was like, no... That's the reason I'm here is because you're here and not where I am.
Yeah, it's good to have that. Yeah, yeah.
So, but then it's like what are you doing?
Yeah, what are you doing?
So now I'm alone in the house, walk around, talk to the construction guys. How you doing?
Hey, what's going on down here? Hey, the guys came to cover the pool the other day.
But that's better than having the cat, because that's what he's saying. You get a pet because I got these cats and it got a little weird because I'm alone. She left me. I'm sad.
You start talking to the cat.
I'm having philosophical discussions.
Yeah.
Like I got a cat. This little cat, LaFonda. Enough. Don't bring it up. LaFonda. I'm laying on the couch and LaFonda gets on my stomach and starts doing that thing where they're clawing.
Making biscuits, we used to call it.
Yeah. But you know what I said to
adorable, Jimmy.
You know what I said to the cat? I said, "What, am I fat? Are you saying I'm fat?" I actually said that to a cat, and that was for me. It was like, "What are you doing?
What are you doing?
What are you doing?" Yeah. And I'm saying, "What? Do you think I should stay here?" And I'm talking to cats.
Yeah. What are you doing?
Having philosophical conversation.
Are you knocking on the neighbor's door yet?
No. I don't
Just to get
want
some conversation
Got
going?
some sugar? Can I borrow a pint of sugar?
No, I don't think I want company. I know. I just
You
kind of
should
want.
get a live-in maid or something.
No,
Just like on the other side of the house.
live-in
I don't
maid.
speak Spanish.
But you
First
just
of all.
run into her every once in a while, like, how's the laundry going? You know, just dumb stuff.
I do. It's called Keith.
Yeah, that's true.
Keith comes over and does that. But so I find myself when I'm not doing anything, I usually wind up going out and buying a gun.
I went to a gun shop in Vegas.
At least you're handling it well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's another thing you don't know about. I grew up with guns. I got no problem with guns.
Yeah, I like my guns. They're fun.
All right, we
Go to
got
the range.
We got
Blast
to take a
them.
break. So, what do we want to do here, Jimmy?
You
got a lot going on. Why don't we start with you?
Well, I want to whore myself again. Down and Dirty, the final episode on HBO tonight after Bill Maher's show. Tonight is the Patrice O'Neill episode.
Are they going to give you more, Jimmy?
I don't
The numbers
know.
are good, I'm hearing.
The numbers actually were good, so
Can I do
hoping.
it next time?
I didn't have booking power. Of
Who
course you
did?
can do it.
Nina?
No, it was people in L.A., actually.
Oh.
And 917-267-2602 is a number you can call me at and leave messages, and I actually do listen to them.
Yeah.
I can actually call fans
I
back.
keep pre-ordering I Hate Your Guts by Jim Norton on
Yeah,
Amazon.com.
pre-orders are available.
Yes.
Can I plug too?
Oh, yeah, you got...
MV as in Victor, SLive.com is the Marin V. Cedar show every day at 3 o'clock in the afternoon. You can VOD it later, and comics this weekend.
Here in New York City.
Yes, sir.
COMIXNY.com. All right, if you're bailing, have a great weekend. If not, we'll continue with Mark Maron. Stay there.
With a little bit of pressure, move too slow, and the pressure will get you, show you, blow you, control you around. You took the club another time, now you're gonna leave what you try, you better run. A little life can change them while you're screaming in my ear, but back is gonna break if you push me one more time. My arms getting heavy. My blood's getting cold. You change me into something that I just can't control. If you say me coming, best get out of my way. The picture of us swinging back beyond that way.
That's the way to go. Rock! Lich King, right? Lich King doing their version of Pendulum as we continue with the Opie and Anthony show. We got a very nice, large live audience. My God. They all came to see you, Mark.
Oh, yeah, it's all about
Every
me.
single person was like, Mark Maron's here. I got to come in and check out the show today.
That's what you heard? I heard, who the hell's that guy? Who's that guy? Where's Rich? Who's that guy? Where's Bobby?
Oh, because we're doing the satellite radio before we go anywhere, we got to do your political ad uncensored. Come on.
Yeah, let's do it.
It drives us nuts. We got to, bleep words like fuck and masturbate. What else do they bleep today?
Cock.
Oh, yeah, the crouton up the butt. Yeah. Not up the butt. We just made it worse. But this is, we think this is very brilliant on Mark Maron's part.
It's a McCain ad.
Where can they find this? They have to YouTube it?
You can go to mvslive.com to see all of it. That's Marin V. Cedar. It's a daily
because this plays well on the radio,
internet TV show.
But the visuals that come along with the ad are really good too.
Yeah,
I mean, you sneak Flavor Flav in this ad. I mean, come on.
That montage is disturbing.
Yeah,
disturbs myself.
Here it is. In case you didn't hear it earlier, if you did, well, now it's uncensored.
This is the most important presidential election of our lifetime, and some of you are still undecided. Let's have some straight talk. We've tried to convince you that Barack Obama is inexperienced. We've tried to convince you that Barack Obama is a terrorist. We've tried to convince you that Barack Hussein Obama is a Muslim. We're done with trying to convince you. Let's be honest. Barack Obama is black. Black. My friends, think about it. A black president? Come on. Are you fucking crazy? This is America. Some things don't need to be changed.
I'm John McCain,
a white guy,
and I approve this message.
They like it. They like it on the bleachers.
Loving the wrong.
Yep. That should be a viral video. I'm telling you.
I think that's going to take off. Yeah.
Maybe we give it the final push for you.
I hope so.
You never know.
That's the subtext of all of it.
Yeah.
I just I'm going to love when people don't get your sarcasm on that whole thing and actually
it's
think
already
it's
happened.
like, you know, dude,
finally,
finally.
You got CNN following you.
You'll get that. This is a great ad. You know, this finally shows, you know,
the truth of what's
the
happening.
Truth. You'll get people that say that, and then other people like will be like, dude, you know what? Why would you put an ad out like that?
Yeah,
it's hurtful.
It's hurtful to
blah blah blah.
People don't understand shit. They really don't understand shit.
I've done some things on this show that were so obviously sarcastic, and people are like, you know, how do you say that? Why would you
do that?
I'm not even justifying you with an explanation.
Why would you do that? Well, because I like living in a mansion.
Yes.
But you know what's weird?
My lonely, echoey mansion.
Hello, hello, hello.
Yeah.
There's actually
the
some
douche in the gilded cage. That's me.
There's some black intellectuals. There's actually
you could end it right there.
You are a funny comic.
Yeah. No, there's some black leaders that are concerned about an Obama presidency because they're going to think it's going to imply to white people that there is no racism.
That's pretty much what my stance has been.
Right. Because
I'm like, all bets are off now.
That's right, because now it's like any complaint a black person has, you're like, what? You got your guy in. Your guy's in.
Hey, he was able to bring himself up
the guy's
and
in
become
there.
president of
Quit
the United
complaining.
States.
That's right.
Stop complaining.
And, you know, there's going to be some arrogance on behalf of the black community. Like in the South, they're going to, you know, there's going to be standard racism where they're like, you know, what are you doing? And then there's, well, I think I'm going to go ahead and drink at this water fountain.
Yeah, wow.
What are you going to do?
That's a reach.
I'm going to call Barack.
Whites, presidents, water fountains.
There's going to be a lot of disappointment in the black community because it's not going to change that much. These people are convinced there's going to be some drastic changes. It's just not going to happen.
There is. We're going to have a black president.
Drastic change number one.
What's the change? It's just going to be business as usual. No. He's a black president.
That's aesthetics, though. It's aesthetics.
It's not aesthetics.
What the fuck?
It's going to have cultural implications. Are you kidding me?
It will have cultural implications.
How many people are going to have to suck it up and try to deal? Four.
Yeah.
Right. You know, I agree with the cultural implications. I think it's a good thing. I actually want to.
Yeah.
But, you know, as far as like taxes and the way things run and DMV sucking in our daily lives, it's not going to have a tremendous
Well, you know what
impact.
you got to do to avoid the tax issue? Make less money, Jim.
There you go.
Make less
throw it all
money.
away.
But they don't allow you to write off money you lose in the stock market. I mean, they're scumbags. You can only write off against what you gain.
You can offset off your gains.
I'm so glad I invested all my money to the pockets of lawyers last year that I don't really have any worries.
Yeah, then you don't have to worry.
Yeah, I know exactly where it is.
Lawyers are pieces of shit.
Being spent on a car by a woman I can't stand.
Hopefully they invested it and lost it all.
Exactly. That's the best I could hope for.
That's all you can hope for.
Now Mark,
scumbags.
Mark wants to talk about flying in the small planes. Or,
Well, no. I mean, I just had this experience yesterday where I'm flying out of Kansas City, and it's on one of those like 28-seaters, like that size jet.
Yeah, right.
And there's part of me that likes flying better in those because you can see the ground, and there's some part of you that thinks, just like an idiot who thinks they can jump in an elevator right before it hits. And maybe if I jump out of the fucking plane right before it hits, I'll be all right. But
Mark,
Bugs Bunny did it,
huh?
You nailed it. I used to do those puddle jumpers, and I felt way safer in them.
Yeah,
you do understand once you're over a certain amount of.
But it's psychological.
It's bullshit.
It just makes you relax a little bit more in the plane.
If you fell off, if the plane was on the ground and you're on the roof of the plane,
it's physics,
and you fell off of it, you're going to die.
I understand, but like he
in
said,
your head, it's optimism.
The cars,
you know what I mean?
The cars look a little bigger. You can see people actually swimming in those swimming pools. So psychologically, you're like, all right.
How about this? The pilot has more time to probably set up a glide slope or figure out a problem at a higher altitude.
Why do you ruin everything?
Than he does at a lower altitude where he doesn't have as much time to do something.
I'm a bad flyer. Why do you have to ruin everything?
That's why.
Because to me, psychologically, I'm with you, Mark.
I used to be a bad flyer. I used to be. And I get on this little plane.
Here we go.
Because Mark Maron's on the plane, we're going to be flying at an altitude of 2 feet.
Just
we'll let you know when we reach that altitude, and you'll be able to walk around the cabin, or actually just leave the cabin. We're only going to be doing about 7 miles an hour.
Well, here's what
we're driving there.
Here's what he did say. Is that easy to use?
Oh, yes, of course.
He says, listen, folks, we're going to be hitting some weather. And just wanted to let you know to not be concerned, but you are going to feel like you're in a plane.
Uh-oh. What does that mean?
Exactly.
Wait.
The right flyer.
Wait, if we're passing this around, Jimmy, would you like a turn with the bullhorn? Jimmy feels left out.
So here's what. So we hit this weather.
Hold on, Jimmy wants maybe a turn at the bullhorn like Anthony Mark Maron.
Oh, okay.
Is it? Hello? How do we use this? Hello?
Is it Ted?
Oh my God! Who's flying this?
Is it broken? Hello? Hello? This is not working. How do I tell the passengers to buckle up because there's major malfunctions happening?
Is my pilot Ted?
Yes, but I don't. Well, how do we tell the passengers to remain calm? I don't think we're going to make it. This is very bad news. What's on? What are you talking about? I have to go to the bathroom.
That's exactly
I'm
right.
enjoying the bullhorn all. I'm sorry, were you talking? Go ahead.
You like the bullhorn, Ted?
I like it a whole big bunch, Anthony.
It's very loud.
It certainly is. I can talk like this forever.
Ted the pilot.
Ted the pilot, yes.
But that's exactly my concern. That's exactly That's exactly the concern. That's what I realized that my fear of flying was about, because we did hit this weather and it was bad. There was people vomiting in the plane because it was that bad. And it was disgusting.
And it was a turbo plane, right?
What?
It was a prop.
No, it was just a
two
small
jets on the back?
jet.
Yeah.
And I'm just sitting there
Like
holding
the
on.
Embraers. Yeah, they're fine.
And I'm trying to keep my shit together, but when you hit that turbulence where you don't realize you're going to hit it, I got this.
It's like, are we going to stop dropping? Or are we just going to fall right to the earth?
I have these moments where I'm riding it out, then you hear yourself go, oh. You're sitting next to a stranger. Like, oh God! What?
How long are we in the weather for?
It was like about a half-hour weather, but then it was like I realized why I'm afraid of flying, because when I'm in that kind of weather, when you're having turbulence like that, and you're like, holy shit, the plane's going to go down. Is that you don't think at that moment that these things are built to fly. You think the guy in the cockpit is having the exact same reaction. Like, oh fuck, what do we do? What are we going to do now?
We're screwed.
Yeah, exactly.
Dude, they're so built for that.
I know.
And I'm a fearful flyer. But like those little Embraer jets, even though you feel the bumps more, they fly fucking 550 miles an hour. They do like 757 speed.
It's so rare that a plane comes apart because of weather or
Does
something.
Does it ever happen? I've never heard of it.
I know. It's all because of mechanical failure or something.
Error.
Pilot error is a big thing when it comes to that.
Have you ever been the sweaty guy that goes up to the flight attendant to tell them something? Like I used to be
Lithgow and
I used to be so afraid to fly that literally I'd be like, oh shit, the noise changed. The noise just changed.
What was that?
Yeah, but there was one time there was oil leaking out of an engine on the wing. I could see oil coming out of an engine over the wing. And I was that guy. I'm like, I got to say something.
What? There's oil?
Yeah, so I went up to the flight.
I don't want to make a panic.
Yeah. I went up to the guy and I'm like, listen, don't look back, but there's oil coming out of the engine on the wing. And the fucker, he says, please sit down, sir. And he comes back to me and he goes, "That's normal. It's okay.
It's okay.
It's okay.
Sit down. All right.
It's not normal.
Excuse me. Do you work for Boeing?
Yeah.
Sit down.
Yeah.
Do you work for?
Please.
Yeah.
Don't trouble
I
the
don't
other
say
passengers.
anything, and
Yeah,
you
and then
crash.
something
You should
happens.
always say something.
Of course. Once
Fuck
I came back from the bathroom, and they had made a turn in there, and the sun was setting. And I sat back in my seat and quickly looked out at the wing, which when I went to the bathroom, the sun was shining off of it. And then when they turned, a shadow from the tail of the plane was now on the wing. And for a split second, it looked like nothing but oil was all over the top of the wing.
God.
But it was a shadow from the tail that wasn't there when I had left for the bathroom.
Yeah.
I got this rush of adrenaline that felt like electricity shooting out my eyeballs.
This is it!
I was scared fuckless. It would amounted to a split second before it all kicked in and I realized what it was. But I just thought it was oil all over the wing. Oh, we're fucked now.
Yeah,
Flying's just a thing where you're like, I have to get from point A to point B. I'm putting my life in the hands of the person flying this and this machine. I'm just doing
you got to let
like,
go. Yeah, you
normally,
gotta,
every other situation you're in, you have some amount of control. Even a bus, let's say, this is the bus driver and the machine, but you do have control as to when you can leave that thing if you want to get the fuck off of it or whatever.
I used to get so fucked up before I flew. I used to stay up all night, do 3 bong loads, take a Valium or 2, and then take liquor on the plane.
Yeah, I had to be hammered.
Yeah, that's how I knew I was an alcoholic.
Years ago.
Like I did. Yeah, I was sitting on a plane once with a woman, and the stewardess came by and asked if anyone wanted to order a drink, and I'm like, no. And the stewardess goes by, and I pulled a pint of vodka out of my bag, and I looked at the woman next to me, going, "Huh?" I think ahead, and she's like, "What the fuck is wrong with you?"
I'm flying,
you
you idiot.
problem. Yeah.
We're gonna be hurtling through the cosmos here at hundreds of miles an hour.
Yeah.
I always thought how ridiculous you'd look in the same position, but without the plane. Just at 35,000.
You're like
at
Wonder Woman?
35,000 feet, just like this.
Just sitting and
Just doing hundreds of miles an hour.
Yeah, through the air.
You'd look silly without that machinery.
Have you ever had sex in a bathroom of a plane? Did you ever do that?
No.
Did you ever jerk off in the bathroom of a plane?
No.
Under a blanket.
Have
once.
you?
What?
In my seat, yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
I think I tried, but then I started to feel guilty about how long it was taking. You know, and knowing the guys, someone's waiting. Yeah. Hello, are you smoking in there? No, wait, shut up. I'm almost done.
Is there a cum detector in here too? I hope disabling the cum detector is a federal offense.
You come up on the little screen.
Delicious.
The market has fallen almost 500 points already.
Thank God I have no money.
The futures were down like 500.
And they're calling it nightmare on Wall Street because we're close to Halloween, people.
It dropped another 500. Where's it?
Yeah, right there. Well, now it's 437.
It'll bounce back today.
That's what everyone says.
Yeah.
I know.
Keep dreaming
Exactly.
big.
Yeah.
Yeah, the bottom can't fall out completely.
No, we're fine.
Come on.
And the other thing Mark wanted to talk
Obama's
about...
going to save us all, by the way. You'll get the market will be back. We'll be out of a war. Everyone in the world's going to love us.
No.
Everyone, there's going to be no poor people.
Let me tell you
it's going to be
something.
fucking fantastic.
You know what's happening? I'll tell you what's happening. The fact that they're even fucking running McCain means one thing to me. They don't really want it. Do you understand? They made a lot of money. All these bastards made a lot of money. They bankrupted this country and they know it. And the fact that he's even coming close to winning is shocking them. You see, because they know, listen to me, they know that whoever is president the next 4 years is going to be holding the biggest bag of flaming shit in the history of the republic.
That's probably true, yeah.
So these guys have patience. They waited 30 years to take this country over. They can wait 4 to say, holy shit, it's still shitty. Hey, let's leave the black guy holding the bag of flaming shit. And we'll run this place till the end of time. I mean, you guys are looking at it wrong.
Do you think the Illuminati thought that one up? That's pretty good.
The Illuminati, just
Love
the Republicans. The Illuminati, they just want a placeholder. They don't care. The Illuminati knows everything's fucked up and it'll level off eventually.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I like the idea that he'll be holding the bag and everyone will go, see, worst president ever.
Of course that's what's going to happen. You know, unless he does a miracle. Unless he pulls it off.
I've seen him on votive candles with halos and posters of him with angel wings. So perhaps he can perform miracles.
They're not going to blame
He is the
Obama.
second coming of fucking Jesus.
Yeah, they're going to keep blaming Clinton.
But no, Bush.
Yeah, I know.
Bush is
that still cracks me
They're going
up.
to blame Clinton in the year 2050.
The only thing I will blame Clinton for is not being as attentive as he should have been to foreign affairs during his administration. Whatever that means, you make your own interpretation. Whether he should have been talking more or bombing people, I don't know. I'm not a fucking politician. But he was a little lackadaisical. That's why. I mean, everyone says, hey, we didn't have a national debt. It was great. Yeah, the economy was good. This country internally was great. But as far as foreign affairs went, he really did kind of not keep an eye open as to what was happening in the world and how many people were starting to really despise us. And then when Bush got in there for a very short time.
Bankrupt the country.
On
purpose.
Yeah, it does astound me that we are broke as a nation.
I think it's all part of their plan. They just want to force them to privatize social programs so the chasm between rich and poor gets so extreme they'll be able to recruit for the military in just a couple of years just by saying, hungry? Need a place to sleep? 3 squares of meals a day? Are you willing to kill for food? Join the army.
Mark's going to be at Comics here in New York City this weekend. I highly recommend you see Mark. You were talking about something being removed from your face.
We had a conversation.
Yeah,
you and I about having something removed from your face.
I got the fair skin. I did a lot of caddying when I was growing up, so I'm worried about the skin cancer. I get my skin checked once a year now.
I do
because of Tom Chiusano, who had the worst form of skin cancer that you could have and still live. He was checking out.
Like a melanoma?
He was checking out. The rumor was he was done, and he
that's what McCain has.
And he made a huge comeback, and he's fine. Knock on whatever this is.
That's all right.
But because of him, I get tested. I get my skin checked. Well,
here's what happened to me. My dad, who used to be a doctor before he destroyed everything, he comes up to me. There's a thing on my nose, and he starts poking at it, going, "What's that? Get that checked. You got to get that checked." And it'd been sitting there for a couple of years. So
what did it look like?
Well, it looked like a zit, only it looked a little harder than a zit, but it was sort of had like it was kind of pearly, and I just thought it was. I didn't know. I knew maybe in my heart that something was fucked up. So I go
something you get when you get older,
right? When you get older, no new growth is good growth.
You know what this is going to lead to? All our listeners poking at something on their bodies.
Go get them checked. So I go to the dermatologist. They take a biopsy, and then I get the call 3 days later. Listen, you got cancer. But it's the good cancer.
And I bet you the pause was long because these doctors,
they love that. Hilarious. They love saying it. It's
you got cancer. Wait.
And then you get your call failed on your cell phone.
Yeah.
What the fuck? So apparently it's a basal cell, which is a cancer. It's not deadly, but it can spread in your skin. So I figure, okay, I'll get it removed like a mole, right?
Basal cell.
Yeah, it's called basal cell. So I go to the dermatologist.
Sauce.
Yeah. I go to the dermatologist, right? He says
some sausage.
He says they got to do a Mohs procedure. Now I didn't know what the hell that was. You know what that is?
What's it called?
Mohs.
Mohs procedure?
Yeah, do it.
Something Steve and his friend do?
Do it.
He pokes you in the eyes with his 2 fingers and yells at you and hits you with a wrench.
Different kind of Moh than I was thinking of.
Yeah.
That's where they cut your hair like a retard's.
Yes.
That's exactly what
Mohs procedure.
Instead of a C-section, that's what Palin had when her last kid was born.
Oh, God.
So I go to this doctor, right? The Mohs procedure basically means that they'll take a little off, they cauterize your face, and then they start cutting, right? And they take a little off, and then they biopsy it, and then they come back to tell you if there's more in there. So this is
it's like a little slicer, and then they wait until there's nothing in there.
They do a little slicer, then you go wait with a piece of gauze stuck in a hole in your face for an hour in your numb face, all right? So they do this 4 times. I'm there 6 hours. There's not a mirror in the place. So the 4th time, I'm sitting in the waiting room with a piece of gauze stuck in my face, and I say to the tech guy, I say, what are you doing to my face? This is the side of my face. And he goes, we can't show you that. I'm like, fuck you, I'm paying for it. Where's a mirror? Let me look at my face. So I go into the bathroom. There's a hole the size of a quarter in the side of my face. And I'm like, are you kidding me?
Wow.
Are you kidding? And I said, what are you doing? But it's not it's not a voluntary thing. You can't say I shouldn't have done this because then you have cancer all over your face, right?
Oh, shit.
So I said to the doctor, I said, are you going to be able to close that hole? And he goes, I don't know. You don't know? What? What the fuck? And he goes, oh, we're going to try. I'm like, you're going to try? And I'm like, what is the process here? And he goes, what we're going to do, he's a plastic surgeon. I said, we're going to pull the muscles from your face, and reattach them to your nose. They're attaching muscles. Then we're going to pull the skin from your cheek over it and sew it down the side of your face. I'm like, holy shit.
No one fucking told you this beforehand.
No. He said it was really deep. I'm like, well, great. I got a hole in my face. Let's do this.
Holy
so I go into
shit.
get the surgery now because they're going to do what they say and they're going to do the surgery, right? And I'm laying there and there's 1 million people in the room because the guy's a teacher. All right. So my doctor, my doctor's not even doing it. The student's doing it. All right. So he's telling the guy, like, I'm sitting there listening to them. They're going, well, should I go in like this? I'm like, can you not have this conversation right here? It's local anesthetic and you don't know what the hell you're going to do. Right? So they're in the process of sewing my face. I see flaps of skin like hanging off my face through my eye right here. And the guy who's doing it, the student who's cutting into my head, says, so you're a comedian? I'm like, are we fucking doing this right now? Seriously?
A conversation.
Right, so I go, yeah, I'm a comedian. He goes, do you do a Seinfeld impression? I'm like, what? Where does that even come from? I don't do impressions. Why would you even ask me that? I don't even like Seinfeld. He's like, really? You don't like Seinfeld? I'm like, just sew my face shut, you idiot. You know, and he's like, how can he not like Seinfeld? Well, who's the best comic, right? So I said,
oh my God, his bedside manner.
Right. So I said, I think Richard Pryor was the greatest comic. And then the one black person in the room, the woman who's the assistant, she goes, I agree. And all of a sudden, really? Pryor, the guy says? I'm like, oh, now there's racial tension. I got my face hanging up, and they're going to fuck this up, and now I've caused a racial incident in the operating room. So then the guy, you should have seen what they did, man. They cut me. They had stitches running all the way down the side of my nose, around this thing, down to here. Right?
Wow.
All the way. And I'm like, I'm Frankenstein. How the hell am I ever going to look good again?
Yeah.
And both my eyes turned black and everything else. And I had no choice. And then I kept going back in. And then they give you, and then you go back in, they take the stitches out and they sand your face with sandpaper. They sand the scar, right? And they give you lotion to put on it for 3 weeks. And you couldn't tell, right?
Let me see from the side.
Wait, and you're close. What does it look like?
Can you see it?
Yeah, of course.
I couldn't tell until you
No, I can't.
What does it look like?
Tell until you said something.
So now I gotta go. I gotta go get this one checked.
What do you got? A slight scar or something there?
No, they sanded the scar up. If
So you can't really tell, right?
No, you can't really tell. The guy was a genius, and me and that black woman are still friends.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
That's not the doctor, though.
That's Dr. Moy. What a racket! But now I got this other thing right here, and I'm like, oh shit! If that's one, they're gonna have to take my eye out.
Fuck,
You're gonna walk in, I'm gonna have the whole hole. My eyes gonna be dang like, don't worry, maybe we'll get it back in.
Yeah, maybe. We're not sure.
We're gonna get it back in.
Doctors suck because I didn't talk about this on the air, but I've been breaking out in hives and stuff and getting horrendous heartburn.
Why do you think that is?
I'm getting married, and the planning.
Of course, it's stress.
But I don't think I talked about this on the air. So I go to the doctor to get the hives under control and the heartburn, and she goes to me, it's either heartburn or you had a heart attack. Or maybe there's a big difference between the two, right?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
And I'm like, well, when are we going to find out? And I think this was Friday. She goes, the blood work will be back Monday. I'll be able to tell. So the whole weekend, I'm wondering if I had a fucking heart attack.
Yeah.
And it turned out it was heartburn.
Oh, God.
Because I was farting, and I even told her, I'm like, if I'm farting a lot and have this same heartburn where I'm actually belching, I am not a doctor, but I think it's heartburn.
Are you farting out of your heart?
Yeah. Right.
Is your heart about to explode? Your heart is filling with air.
and we do the EKG. I forgot this part. I don't know if I told Aunt this. She wants to make sure, so she puts me on the EKG, right, Mark?
Yeah.
And I go, what does the EKG say? And I casually say it. She goes, it's reading heart attack.
Oh.
And then she pauses, and I'm like, what? I'm ready to go into freak mode. She goes, yeah, but the machine reads every four out of 5, it reads heart attack. I'm like, why don't you tell me that before you say it's reading heart attack, that maybe the machine is not going to be accurate.
You know how I cured my, I was a hypochondriac.
But to make a long story short, everything worked out fine, the blood, everything, I'm totally fine. It was fucking heartburn. But the way they go about this, I didn't need a weekend where I was wondering if I had a heart attack or not.
No. I used to be a complete hypochondriac. I used to think I was dying all the fucking time. And you know what cured it? Here's what happened. My father was a doctor, all right? And I remember this very succinctly. I was in college. I was about to come home for Christmas break, and I was calling my dad. I'm like, Dad, it started with, I'm pretty sure I have MS. He's like, what's the matter? Why do you have MS? I'm like, I don't know. My hands are tingling. I feel weird. He's like, you don't have MS, right? So that goes on for 2 weeks. And then I call him up. I'm like, I got prostate cancer. I'm 19 years old. He's like, you don't have prostate cancer. But I started calling him every day. I'm like, Dad, my prostate is, I'm rotting because my ass hurts and my hands are tingling. There's something fucking wrong with me.
Yeah.
And I panicked him. So what he did was, I got off the plane in New Mexico where I grew up. It's 7 at night. He goes, listen, we're going to my friend Bob Rosen's house. He's a urologist. We're going to find out what's going on. So we go to this guy's house. All right. The guy gets up from the dinner table to answer the door. He's got a napkin. His family's eating dinner. Was not expecting my father to come over with me. And he says, listen, Bob, my son thinks he's got prostate cancer. Will you give him an examination?
Oh, shit.
At his fucking house. So we go into Bob's bedroom, my dad, Bob, and me.
This is like
hot.
This is
right? Yeah. And Bob's like, fine, thank God. My father had sold him on this idea, but thank God we get into the bedroom, and Bob's like, I think this is inappropriate.
Yeah, right.
Why don't you come into the office?
Yeah.
This is as gay as you can get without being gay, man.
I've been through the same
It
scenario without the whole doctor thing.
It gets more gay, right?
Okay.
So I go into Bob's office, and he gives me the examination, right, with his finger, and you got to literally squirt prostate juice onto a slide, okay? I'm sorry, is this too crass? Really? You're going to judge me on this fucking show? All of a sudden,
Exactly.
I get clinical, and it's beyond the fucking line because it has to do with medicine. I'm the asshole. All right, so let's get back to the story, you judgmental fucks. I'm squirting prostate juice onto a slide, and it turns out I have some sort of prostate thing. It's like a prostatitis, just a stress-related thing. Yeah. So I go. He gives me the antibiotics, okay, for 2 weeks. All right. And after 2 weeks of the antibiotics, I say, like, I think I still got it. So I go back to fucking Bob Rosen, gives me another examination, says, you don't have it, you're fine. All right? 3 days before I go back to school, I'm looking at my dick, and I'm like, holy shit, I have herpes. All right? So I thought I had herpes, and I hadn't even had sex, okay? And I thought I had herpes.
That's some paranoia.
Where'd you think you got it?
I didn't. It didn't matter. All right. So I go back to Bob Rosen. All right. This guy, after seeing me 4 fucking times,
Stick his finger in your ass
banging
and-
me twice.
Now you got to show him your dick.
I go back to his office. I'm like, I got herpes, and the guy is on his knees. He's got my dick in his hand, and he's looking at it. He goes, Mark, there's nothing here. Let me ask you a question. Do you like coming to see me? And that was the end of my hypochondria. That was the end of it.
All right. Hey, there's a guy, people are relating, some guy went through the whole Christmas holiday, whatever, thinking he had testicular cancer, and it turned out, just like I said, it was heartburn.
That's an easy mistake to make.
But these
My
doctors,
balls are burning. It must be my heart.
And for the people that linger longer, I finally bailed on the doctor that's been sticking fingers up my ass way too many times. So this is a new doctor. So I thought the new doctor would be much better than the old. I had an old doctor. I went in for his strep throat, and the next thing I know, I'm getting my ass checked. I don't know how that happened.
The last time I got my ass checked, I got a new doctor, this little Asian guy on my health plan.
Yeah.
This was embarrassing because it's an awkward moment to be in. He sticks his finger in my ass and actually says, ooh, smooth. And I'm like, really? Is that what you just said?
Mark,
could you take it out?
They're probably sick of hearing this, but I had an old doctor out on Long Island, and he had a lab coat on, and he stuck his finger in. Now he has to smear it on the slide in another room, so he has my shit finger up in the air like this, and he's trying to leave the examination room, and I'm like, my pants are down or whatever, and his lab coat gets stuck on the door, so he can't move, and he's got a shitty finger in the air. And I had to actually get up and, like, nude and hop across to let the fucking doctor out, so he could smear the shit onto his slide.
How humiliating is that moment where they give you the tissue to wipe the KY? Here you go. Clean up. Thank you. Thank you.
And then you feel squishy for the rest of the day, no matter what you do to try to clean up.
I'll leave your prescription on the night table.
Is this bad? Yeah, right.
Thanks, Doc.
What's in the bag?
Granola.
Yeah, that stuff's delicious.
If I get a prostate exam, this will freak the doctor out. Like, after he does it, I just grab his arm and I put the finger in my mouth.
Oh, God.
Shut your eyes and go,
Yeah, I suck his finger sexily.
And then you say, I'm good. Everything's okay. Can I have a little bit of that?
horrible. Little granola. Jimmy's eating his yogurt and granola.
You guys are so healthy. I've been on the road for 2 weeks. I had like a rack of ribs the other night, and it's disgusting.
Makes you feel like shit. It's so hard to like eat good. We were talking about this yesterday with Kevin Smith.
Because it doesn't feel as good as you want.
Like, no. And there's nothing they can make that isn't... everything that is good is bad for you. It's just what the fucking way it is.
It's so great to plow through a pint of ice cream and cry afterwards.
You know what? I can down an entire bag of like Tostitos and salsa.
Oh,
a nice cold beer or something.
Yeah.
Or 12 of them. But it's like those things are so good. It's like, no, have some Triscuits.
Ooh.
Or have some fucking Wheat Thins. It's like, well, Wheat Thin does not even come close to a fucking Wise potato chip with fucking
how about baked
sour cream.
Have you tried the pepper Triscuits?
Baked potato chips doesn't matter. A whole bag.
And pepper Triscuits.
But I don't know. I steer clear of everything. You know what I ate yesterday?
Pepper Triscuits.
Nothing.
I'm telling you.
I had watermelon in the morning, and I had nothing. I had pornography for dinner. That's pretty much what I did. Dude, I didn't even stop to eat last night. I was just perusing porn and went, got a shower and go to bed.
And that was it. And I barely showered. If I wasn't covered in pre-cum, I probably wouldn't have.
I never shower before bed. I shower before massage. I literally come in here sometimes and I still got fucking gunk in my belly button from the night before. I wipe it out with a towel. All my fucking bath towels have fucking loads on them.
There have been a couple of times I've gone in to take a leak and gotten a nice bouquet of a lovely evening.
How the hell do hotels keep their towels white? I don't understand that.
I don't know. Mark, by the way, when the doctor said smooth, that meant no tumors.
That meant that your prostate's
tumors.
It's not got the cancer in it. It's not tumors. Apparently, I went to a woman doctor, and she said, I don't know what the hell's going on up there. I just know it's okay.
All right, we're gonna take a break.
Whatever's going on up there.
A break to eat. Where's your food today at?
I wasn't going to eat today either. I'm on a I don't want to eat.
I had a funny joke.
Binge.
Are you sad?
No, I just.
Are you sad?
Food to me is just
a pain in the ass.
An essential thing, like breathing and
it's a pain
whatever.
in the ass after a while.
I don't really get a lot of pleasure out unless I go to a really good restaurant and you're just like, holy shit, this is great. But on a day-to-day basis, my fucking my turkey, my dry turkey and American cheese on white toast is going to thrill me to death.
You're going to be eating well tonight, my friend. Some nice steaks for the boys.
Oh, really?
Oh, yeah.
Where are you guys going to be?
Oh, well, you're not invited.
Why wasn't Jimmy invited?
Well, I wasn't. I don't want
him. I'm sure.
I don't want to invite him to anything.
Really?
No.
No?
Why?
Not Jimmy?
I love
the lovable, cherubish Jimmy?
No, he knows why.
Why?
I don't know, but I love invitations. I love opening them and saying, yes, thank you. I'll be there with bells on early.
I'll RSVP.
We're gonna do some steak tonight.
Where are you going for steak?
Somewhere.
Uh-oh.
You know, has a good steak, that Marcelleria place down right by Comics.
Yeah.
Oh, double porterhouse.
I don't even want to say, just in case. Where are we going?
Somewhere.
Mouth it out.
The only place I like.
Is it somewhere where I used to live? Oh, okay. Because you know what's really good? That fucking Oldfields on Broadway and Greenlawn.
Oh, that's amazing.
That steak place.
Actually, the best steak place
really good.
Where's that?
The best in Greenlawn out on Long Island, like by Huntington and shit.
And the best steak place in Huntington. Why are we going so fucking local?
It's okay because just think of your hometown and your best steak place and put that name in.
Abe Conklin is the best.
Oh, Abe Conklin, right there in the heart of Huntington Village.
It's pretty much it's very close to F.H. Riley's. Yes. If you come to town and you're just going to F.H. Riley's to drink, go to Abe Conklin's first for a nice steak.
You go to the, you park in the Dewey parking lot.
Yeah.
That giant parking lot where the cops should just sit there.
They just
and
laugh.
pick off every car that leaves after midnight.
They just laugh. They look at each other. Which car you want to just
take it away. Because if you're leaving after midnight and you're leaving Huntington from that parking lot, you are drunk.
The only problem with Abe Conklin, I think they still allow smoking, so it's steak, smoke, it's just as awful
the way it
as
should be.
Yeah, right. If you can eat steak, you might as well
You're going to kill yourself, do it.
A pack of cigarettes, too. All right, more with Mark Maron, comics tonight here in New York City, COMIXNY.com. Go to that website, get your tickets for Mark Maron. You're definitely not going to be disappointed. And also, people are asking about CDs. Mark, you got a CD out there?
Yeah, if you go to markmaron.com, MARCMARON.com, I got 2 CDs available. I got a new one coming out. It's called Final Engagement.
Jesus, that's an optimistic look at your career.
You got some tech stuff we could talk about after the break?
Some which?
You like talking about tech and, the people with their dumb phones and iPhones.
I'll figure out something.
All right,
we'll talk about something.
Whatever.
Fucking iPhone. I hate it.
You hate a phone you've
I do. I do have a story.
Since it came out.
The other one.
All right,
I know.
We're going to talk about Jimmy and why he hates iPhones. Mark's got something. Yeah. Ant's thoughts when he's walking around his mansion by himself.
What are you doing? What are you doing? What are you doing?
All right, that's all. We're hanging with Mark Maron, who makes it very easy. He's riding the bus today. What's wrong?
Nothing.
Comics.
I feel good.
COMIX. Yeah, we had to deal with the sad Mark, and now we get the other side, which is nice. The other side of the misery you were in for the last year or so.
After I talked to him, if I talked to Anthony for a while, I'm grateful. I got it easy. I got it easy. Lump sum, baby. Lump sum. I'm done.
Gotta love that.
That's the way to go, right?
Now, if I can just figure out who the fuck she's living with.
Still getting to you, huh?
It's, I don't know. What difference does it make?
What if he's just some dirtbag that isn't even fucking
That'd be great.
Close to saying
I'm hoping for a dirtbag.
Hope for a dirtbag. Come on,
Dirtbag.
If you were fucking her, I'd be in trouble.
No. How old is she? It's a good gauge as to whether I'm fucking anybody.
34.
Oh, shit.
33. I don't know.
Wow.
I used to have to lie about it, and I don't even remember.
So you were in a car with Andy Kindler.
Oh, that's what happened. Oh, you went to, you know Andy, you know his work?
I like Andy a lot, actually. We've never had him on the show, but I don't know if he would work on our radio show, but he's a great comic.
I'll tell you why I think he would, because he's such a fucking, he's very opinionated. He would get people listening to him, and people would love him or hate him, but I think that he would be compelling.
I'm traveling cross country in a car on tour with Eugene Merman and Andy Kindler. And I don't know if you know Andy, but traveling with Andy Kindler is like traveling with the history of the Jewish people. All right? So here's what happens. We get to Cincinnati. Him and I fly into Cincinnati. Eugene flies in later. And we've got to go get a screen. We got to go to Target to get a shower curtain so Eugene can project his act onto the curtain. I don't know if you know Eugene. He does a lot of visual stuff. So here's what happens. This is about, I guess, technology. We go to the woman at the counter at the hotel. We go, where's the nearest Target? She goes, I have written directions. It's 12 miles away. Nice. Okay, so we get into a car. I've got a GPS. We've got written directions, and Andy's got a new cell phone. He's like, oh, maybe I can do it. You know, he's like, that's the kind of Jew he is. He's like, do pa pow pow boo pow. You know, and Eugene's like, ba 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 ba. And I'm like, what the fuck? All right, so that's the three kinds of Jews. If they didn't know what a Jew was in Lexington, Kentucky, after our third trip to the Waffle House, they knew that we traveled in packs of 3. We were initially charming, but became very irritating when it came to ordering food. So we get into the car, iPhone, GPS, and directions. Within 3 minutes, we don't know whether we fucking miss the exit. All right, because Andy and I got one of those. We got in one of those conversations. I got what is comedy and who sabotaged your career? Who burned more bridges than me or him? Right?
Yeah.
So meanwhile, we don't know if we missed the place. So Eugene goes, punch it into your GPS. Just push Target in. I didn't know you could do that. So I'm like, all right. So I put Target in, but the Target that comes up on the GPS is 35 miles away. It's an old GPS. I'm like, that can't be fucking it. And Andy's like, maybe I can put it on my iPhone. We can find it. Why don't I call him? I don't know what the hell happens. But we get off the highway, and within seconds, we're in the woods of Appalachia, driving through the countryside. I don't know where the fuck we are. The GPS is going, turn right now. I put it on the English lady because it's passive aggressive. It makes me feel a little intimidated. They should actually have a Jewish voice that goes, I think you missed it. I think wait. So we're driving through Appalachia. All right, men with beards are coming out of shacks going, what is that? You know, so we're driving down through here, and the GPS is still going, turn now, you know, another 3 miles. And I'm like, where the fuck are we? This has been going on for 45 minutes. And I swear to God, they're getting uncomfortable. Eugene's like, I don't like it when Daddy yells. And Andy's like, boop, boop, boop. So here's what happens. After about 40 minutes in the woods, the GPS goes, turn right now. And I turn right. There's dirt and a lake.
They just wanted you. That GPS wanted you dead.
The GPS says board ferry now.
No.
Yes.
No.
Yes. Why would I make that up? There's no fucking boat. There's no ferry. But I tell you what, it relieved the tension. So I drove my car into the water, and we all had a good laugh. Board ferry. I swear to God.
Wow. What happened?
You Jews.
That's it. That's the whole story. What's wrong with your iPhone, Jim?
Jimmy has perpetual problems with the iPhone. I don't know why.
It's a piece of shit, that's why.
You know
really?
Problem solved.
You know, they gave
problem solved.
They gave us an iPhone. It's still sitting in the box on my desk. I haven't even opened it. I have no desire to.
You want me to take it?
Really?
I'll give it to you.
Really?
I don't want it.
I broke my last one.
Maybe I shouldn't have one.
I can't wait.
I'll bring it in and give it to a listener next week. I don't want it.
It's a piece of garbage.
Because everyone tells me I got to get one, and I'm just sticking with this beat up BlackBerry, and it works fine for me. What do I need to do?
It constantly crashes. Constantly fucking crashes.
Mine.
I was on Safari.
Yeah.
The reception is fucking horrible. It's a piece of shit. And I smashed my other one on the bathroom floor in L.A. a couple weeks ago when I was out there. And I bought a new one only because I know that BlackBerry's not coming out, so I don't want to pay for a new phone plan yet until I see if I like the BlackBerry Touch. But I will be rid of this piece of shit by December.
Really?
Garbage. It's fucking garbage.
I can't get along without mine, Jimmy.
I have an original BlackBerry. They got a new BlackBerry coming out?
Jesus, look at yours.
Yeah, it's antique.
Let me see yours.
That's
cute.
That is nice.
Yeah.
Fucking anchor.
Yeah, I actually have to fill it up with lighter fluid.
Oh, look, now it's frozen. It won't do anything.
What?
Because it's garbage.
But look, mine isn't. I do this. I flip it. It comes on. I hit that. Look at all my apps. I have plenty of apps, so it's not that. Look, I could put on Liquid, and look. All I do is do this.
Uh-oh.
No, I got to turn the volume up.
Uh-oh, what happened?
I put on Liquid.
Yeah, I know.
It's the Liquid app.
What is Liquid?
It makes liquid.
It should be a flushing sound because it's a piece of shit.
See, watch. It's the most useless application I've ever seen in my life.
That's all it does? Yeah. But it's calming.
Look, it's got water in the face. See? And you can move it around.
You can do a whole radio show and make it sound like you're in the tub.
Yeah. Oh, this is so nice.
Yeah.
It's so warm.
Yeah, cool.
Oh.
Better sound quality than the fucking phone.
Does it splash?
Come here, Cindy.
Yeah, try to splash
Come
it.
here, Cindy.
Yeah,
Time for your bath.
Hey, time for your bath. Get in here. Let me show you where the duck likes to be kissed.
Oh, Uncle Paul.
Come on,
that Anthony ripped off.
Yeah, give the duck a kiss.
Does it splash? It doesn't
version
of it.
No,
no splash.
Kinda.
Yay.
A little bit.
That's fun.
Dude, that's calming, though. I could use
It's
that.
liquid.
Yeah.
See, it's that. I got a lot of applications. Do my banking. Everything. It's a fucking miracle. How did yours suck so bad?
Every one
Poor
I've had.
Jimmy, every single one you've gotten has sucked.
This is my fourth phone. Because at first I brought a couple back because they weren't working. And then I finally smashed the other one, the first three. This might be my fifth iPhone. I'm telling you, it's a
They see you coming and go, give him the broken one again. This is hysterical.
It's such shit technology.
Jimmy's a comedian. No, he'll appreciate the funny when we finally tell him we always only give him the broken phones.
Yeah. Hey,
as he fucking goes punching everyone in the face.
We got three things here. We could do.
Yes.
We, Mark likes the political stuff, so we could rehash the McCain slip up.
Which one were the one? I couldn't agree with you more. That one.
Oh my God,
Isn't that
is
fantastic?
so much fun for us.
That is so funny.
Oh, look at the old guy.
It is hysterical. He fucking could not get out of that, no matter what.
He kept making it worse. Spinning
It
around.
would have just been if he just would have said, "Whoa, now that was an error.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. You know what I meant to say was." But him trying to get out of it was like
it's beautiful.
Watching a doddering old fool trying to get out of something.
It
well, I
even
guess
woke,
that's exactly what
Cindy
it was.
up out of her Vicodin haze for a second. What did I do? Get me to a drugstore.
I'm attracted to that old broad, and I don't even
That
know.
one?
I don't even know why.
I like her.
It's probably a big meaty
I don't
pussy.
know.
It probably dangles.
Yeah.
Nice dangler.
Oh, you know gravity is taking its toll on that thing.
Yeah, it's probably like a long, thin.
Hanging down.
We got
thin.
Old Mr. Ed Lips.
Brown.
We got Life on Mars.
Oh, yeah. You know something?
Episode 3, my friend. Hold on. We got 3 choices.
Oh,
all right, what were we going to say, Ed? I'm sorry.
I'm just saying, I'm now growing
to hate
that show.
Good. It's about time.
And
That's what we have to hear.
it's only been a couple episodes, few episodes.
We have to do it.
And now I hate it.
I don't even remember.
It's this show. It came from England.
Yeah.
Show's originally from England, and of course, they Americanize it and fuck it all up. And it's this guy who was in 2008, and he's a cop.
Right.
He gets into an accident, a car hits him, and he's just kind of ends up, poof, he's in 1973 as a cop.
Ooh.
And they in his station house, they think he was transferred, and he's got to figure out how to get back. He's got to solve this murder of his girlfriend, who was murdered right before, or supposedly murdered right before he had this accident, got sent back to 73. It sort of sounded like a compelling little thing, and I kind of like the idea of looking at a gritty, nasty 1973 New York.
Back when it was fun.
Yeah, and the cops are all just beating the shit out of the perps and everything. They don't care. But it's so, they try so hard to remind you that, hey, it's 1973, with these references that just, it's not necessary. I get the premise. Stop with the fucking references.
A lot of
the
mustaches.
writing is horrible.
A lot of mustaches.
a lot of mustaches.
Yeah,
well,
yeah.
they got Michael Imperioli from the Sopranos is in it, and he's got the big mustache and the sideburns and the long hair.
They have high hopes for this show. Is it doing well in the ratings?
When I first saw it, I was like, wow, this is a good concept and everything. The first episode was all right, but I figured it would get better. It's only gotten worse. It's turned into what amounts now to a bad cop show. It's just a bad cop show now with references thrown in to remind you that it's 1973.
Yeah, Mark, that's the key. These references come out of nowhere. They're
ham-handed, like spoon-fed
hey, look, remember people out there in TV land because you're much too stupid.
Don't forget.
It's 1973.
That's an actual line from the show.
Yes.
Yeah. Well, we got slang and shit like like to the max and Foxy and
they've thrown those in, and that isn't even the shit that gets me. It's more ham-handed than that.
We got examples. Let's get right into this. Here's the first one from Life on Mars.
Is this last night's episode?
Yes. Yeah.
Okay.
Travis said these are really bad.
Well, I just
because we barely got the bit going last time.
Yeah.
Let's be honest. We almost failed miserably.
No, last time I think there was some great examples.
The first few clips,
the first couple of clips
we
were
were losing people
iffy.
left and right, and then we brought it back in the end.
Let me set the first clip up.
Right.
Because this morning Ant was talking about how now another thing that they're doing, which I definitely noticed, is he's telling people about the future now.
Yeah.
Like how things are going to be.
Yeah, that's another thing that is annoying me. He's got to be like, well, let me tell you, where I'm from,
right?
We don't use paper.
That's the first one.
Yeah.
This is going to be good.
Well, the future may be uncertain, but one thing's for sure. Things will happen a lot faster there. You know, someday even paper will be obsolete.
I think that's sad.
Oh. The acting's horrible. The writing
bad.
is terrible.
That's really bad.
And the fact that he's like, paper's obsolete. No, wait, look at how much paper's laying around here.
So he even knows that he's back in 73.
Oh, he absolutely knows.
So
he's got complete recollection of 2008.
Okay. I love how everybody reacts. The reactions, the writings for the reactions is so fucking terrible.
Awful.
Because it's built on getting the point across instead of being realistic. It's fucking horrid.
The point getting across, it's being screamed in your face.
Quick call. Haven't taken one in a couple hours. Matt in Boston. Matt.
Guys, you made the show better for me and my wife. I want to thank you.
Oh, thanks. Because now it's a funny show. Because now they're just waiting for these references.
My wife was watching and she's like, what the hell is this? This is stupid. And I said, no, wait. I paused it and I go, here's the thing. Listen for when they're saying, but it's 1973.
Yes. Cool.
And then she started watching it. She was rolling. She was crying.
It is. It's a ridiculous comedy now.
It's like a drinking game.
We're helping the show.
Yeah.
We didn't mean to, but we're helping it.
Yep.
Here's another one.
Apparently you stayed up calling people.
I was researching.
Ooh, researching what? Cop stuff. I have the teeniest crush on Steve McGarrett. Do you know him?
Yeah, I know who he is. Hawaii 5-0.
Book him, Dano. Do you ever say that? Book him, Dano?
I would if I worked with a guy named Dano.
You should hire one. How cool would that be?
Is she retarded?
She's supposed to be a hippie
She's
chick.
a writer for the show.
She's supposed to be this hippie chick.
Yeah.
And she lives in the same apartment building that. But the idea that, all right, remember our shows? Let's get some shows in there, some references. How about Hawaii 5-0?
That was a big show.
How could we subtly throw in, and maybe him walking past a TV and it maybe being on the TV, or even the sound of it in the background and you hear it? No, she's got to out of nowhere bring up Hawaii 5-0.
So the show is so bad, what they're doing is that they want to make sure if and when they get new viewers, that the viewers understand the premise of the show.
Of the program. Not you wouldn't miss it that, there's hippie chicks and all the cars are from the 70s and New York looks a little different. Like they kind of, did a good job as far as that goes, the dress and everything. That's it. I understand where we are. Okay, enough. But every fucking episode just pumping it into you.
I'll tell you what's annoying. It's the fact that they don't speak. The writing is so horrible. Like the way it would be with a chick, is she like, I get so turned on by cops. I'm in love with McGarrett. Everyone at that time knew who the fuck McGarrett was.
Yeah.
No one. Like for instance, would you say like if you were fucking a chick now, like let's just say I was fucking a girl, and she's like, oh, you're kind of sarcastic. I like that. It reminds me of Simon Cowell. Do you know who he is? Yes, from American Idol. Who the fuck would have that conversation?
I don't like him.
But that's people our age would know the reference. But some people in their 20s, they don't.
That's exactly it. So they're over-explaining.
They're over-explaining
and ruining the fucking moment for
in
everybody else.
Every episode.
Nick in South Jersey. Nick.
Yes.
Hi, Nick.
I was just saying that the acting is like, and this is like a porno, like Julianne Moore and Boogie Nights. Just like, now that's a large cock.
Yeah, that's right.
It's horrible.
The acting is worse than porn acting. Is that what you're trying to say?
Yeah, the acting is.
I've never seen it.
It's really bad. Like even Harvey Keitel's in the fucking thing, and he comes off as a bad actor and just like
we got a Harvey Keitel doing the 70s thing.
Oh, good.
Cuff him.
Dano.
Gay's in the military. Unbelievable. What next? They're going to want to get married?
Get it? Because they
in the
do
70s,
now.
that wasn't even a possibility.
Oh, no,
My
gays
God.
in the military? What next?
Oh, that's so fucking horrendous.
Right.
Do you guys watch Mad Men? Do you like that show?
Everyone talks about Mad Men. And we
I
haven't
like
seen
it.
it.
Never
What? No, I haven't
Fucking
seen that
Roland,
one.
They keep telling us, what's wrong with you guys? Watch Mad Men. They
It's a
say
great
it's one of the
looking
best
show.
shows
Watch a Madman every time
years.
Roland walks in the fucking room. Lunatic.
I like it.
Roland.
Fucking Mad Men. That's Oh no, I was thinking of something else.
It's one of the Sopranos
right.
guys wrote it.
Nah, but it's supposedly it was on. I wasn't sure. Was it midnight on Fridays on HBO? Oh, wait,
No,
that
that's
was
Down and Dirty, starring Jim Norton.
shit.
How could you confuse that, Jim?
I got confused.
Oh, that's
the
your
whole theme
show.
tonight is 1973 too.
Yes.
With Patrice because he says it's the last time he could see his toes.
Was when he was 10.
I'm pleased with myself.
We got to help Jimmy out. Everyone's got to take a peek tonight. Let's get those numbers up so HBO does the right thing and get more.
Do they
episodes.
actually care about numbers over there?
Not really. No. But it does mean something. But they care more about critics.
Yeah.
Which scares me.
Here's one more.
It's like you got some gay bashers around here.
Gay bashing? What's that? Throwing a party for a queer? I don't know. I'm thinking of taking the old lady to see Soylent Green. What do you think? It's supposed to be good.
Take us see what?
Soylent Green.
It just came out.
The movie with Heston.
Then why didn't he?
That came out in '73.
Why did the other guy say it's made out of people?
He did actually.
Oh.
He ruined the movie for him by going,
what do you call that?
It's
Spoiler?
made out of people. A spoiler.
Yeah.
But I mean,
But
I'm
it
thinking
doesn't
I'm
advance
taking the
the
old
plot.
lady to Soylent Green. Get it? 73.
But see, I wouldn't because that's such an obscure movie. I've never heard
People
Soylent Green
crackers.
before.
It was a big movie.
You would just
Never heard
say,
of it
you would
until
just
just
go,
now.
how about
Really?
just saying,
Swear to God.
yeah, I'm going to go to the movies with the old lady tonight.
That's the second week in a row that they've done that. The chick went to go see Grease.
She goes, I'm
it's
going to
been
see
out.
Grease. It's been out a year already.
You got to see Soylent Green.
You know, it came out in
Yeah.
72.
Never heard of it. Never saw
You
it.
never
It's
saw
a great
Soylent
movie.
Green?
Never even heard of
It's
it.
people! Soylent Green is people! Damn you!
Damn apes.
It is Edward G. Robinson's last movie.
I never.
Yeah.
Right. I'll check it out. Is it good? I don't even know.
It is good.
All right.
Damn.
They're people crackers.
Whatever. Okay, listen, we got another.
I can't wait till next week because I'm sure there'll be plenty more references. So laugh
I don't want to
along.
watch this anymore. It was fun the first 2 weeks.
It's horrible.
You have to watch
I
the
know
bit.
it.
But I can't.
It's your bitch, right?
I have it
Show.
DVR'd and I'll watch it just to see those references
Have they
now
made any
and get angry.
And they don't even advance the plot. There was nothing
No,
that had
nothing
to do.
happened. That's why now it's just a bad cop show.
Yeah.
They have a crime at the beginning, and they solve the crime by the end of the fucking show. That's all.
And,
And throw in 73 references.
We're 3 weeks in. You got to figure he's been there a couple days, and he's completely content with just being
He's
in
fine now. He just
1973.
walks around. Oh, yeah, I'm walking around.
You guys
73,
are
fuck it.
looking at this all wrong, though. I mean,
Am I?
if they get a second season, you can look forward to all the 1974 references.
That's when is it going to have to advance like that?
Yeah.
Wait till they get to the disco era.
That's right.
Ah, that'll rock.
Everybody starts wearing the platform shoes.
Hey, there's a great story coming out of Chicago. Listen to this.
U.S. postal carriers are known to deliver mail through rain, sleet, and snow, but apparently through gunfire is not part of the job description.
How fucking
Is
know?
this one of the most dangerous blocks in the country? The U.S. Post Office seems to think so. People who live on it say they haven't gotten any mail delivered to their homes in almost 2 weeks. Venus Jones is one of them.
Between robberies and shootings and the delayed police response,
Venus Jones.
it's several things going on that would make it unsafe.
One of those shootings on the morning of October 10th reportedly happened yards away from the mail carrier. That's when the mail stopped on Marshfield between 151st and 152nd Streets.
Good.
But the post office didn't tell anyone.
Some of the people didn't even know that it was being held at the post office.
Now Jones, who
Till
says
that
her
check
own
didn't
home's
show
been
up.
broken into 3 times in 30 days, is talking to her neighbors about the mail problem and what should happen next.
Yeah, they stopped delivering the mail. It's that dangerous.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But it's like, there's really not many choices. It's like, what do you want them to do? Get shot at? It's fucking
Where is
amazing,
that?
right?
Where is that?
It's Chicago.
Oh, good. Thank God Chicago has one of the strongest fucking gun control laws in the country, where they don't allow people to have guns. Thank God for that. Boy, that sure made it safe, didn't it? Go fuck yourselves. God, I hate these motherfuckers.
We almost made it.
We
almost made it.
Dude.
We almost made it.
Yes. My incessant fucking harping on this is proof that there's a problem.
We almost
It's
made
proof that there's a problem. Yeah, boy, it sure kept the bad guys from getting guns. Go fuck you. It's ridiculous. Arm everybody.
Well, you know what? There's in the second track, you'll realize that there is kind of an ironic twist to what you're saying.
Yeah.
Oh.
All right. There's a solution to every problem, man.
Right?
Wow. What's
Listen
that
to
guy
what the
willing to
solution
look?
is.
What?
Hello, there's someone out the window. Quick, shoot him.
Are they trying to get our secrets?
Yes. They've got guns.
Yes.
They've got guns.
Oh my God! What are we gonna do?
Isn't that like every dumb movie from the 80s? They're trying to get our secrets.
Yeah, they come up in a window washer and they're barely washing the window.
Right.
They're looking in very suspiciously.
Also, the
Yeah, whatever has a little camera.
what was it? The microfilm and all
Holy
that
shit! He knows what's on instant replay template 4.
Right.
Microfiche. Microfiche.
Here's the solution to the problem.
Jones says someone from the post office told her they were going to put a cluster box for mail right here at the corner of 152nd and Marshfield. But she says that's not a good idea.
We have a lot of elderly people, a lot of older people that's working, and then for us to have to go to that corner to pick up our mail, that's unsafe for us.
But Harvey spokesperson Sandra Alvarado says just today the Postal Service requested a police officer meet a mail carrier tomorrow. But lots of residents say the bigger issue here is a lax police department.
It's something that we will look into. We take every complaint very seriously, and it's something we want to make sure that our residents feel safe.
And Alvarado says anyone with policing concerns should feel free to call the chief's office. Meanwhile, a spokesperson for the U.S. Post Office blames a miscommunication for turning what was supposed to be a one-day mail suspension into one that lasted almost 2 weeks.
So what's going to make the neighborhood safe to get their mail?
Yeah.
Guns.
Guns.
By bringing police in.
Cops.
Armed guards to escort the mail carrier.
And that'll only make a problem because the second something happens and the cops respond to it, they're motherfuckers, get out of our neighborhood. Go fucking...
And you know what? How often do you hear a mailman say, "Cover me"?
Yeah, I'm going in. Cover me! Low crawl, serpentine!
But something that's so obnoxious about that story is that, because the neighborhood, the community can't behave like real people, now the taxpayers have to bear the brunt of paying a cop
to escort
a mail carrier.
You know, the area is so dangerous. You know how they do those food drops?
They just drop the mail by parachute.
Yeah, that's how they should deliver the mail.
Would that be fantastic? A U.S. postal plane just drops it on a pallet.
Like ticker tape.
We've all seen those food drops, and man, as soon as that helicopter takes off, all hell breaks loose. They're ripping at the packages.
They might as well drop it with food.
I am disgusted, and everyone knows why, so I'm not even going to say it again. But
why? Because you don't like blacks?
I'm completely disgusted.
What?
I didn't say that this time.
That's why it was a question. I don't know.
I'm disgusted with the way this fucking country works. I'm sick of it. Why the fuck do citizens in this country have to be brutalized and held hostage in their neighborhoods by thugs that can get guns whenever the fuck they want, and then some asswipe is telling you you're not allowed to exercise your Second Right Amendment and protect yourself.
Some states you can get guns pretty easily. I grew up in New Mexico. Anyone can get a gun.
Oh, I know. There's some states that allow you to exercise your Second Right Amendment.
Well, the interesting
Second
thing,
Amendment rights.
The thing that's funny about the Second Amendment is that it was put in place so a militia could arm themselves against the government. But wait. Yeah. In my mind, if that's part of it even, they're going to have to be some much larger pieces of equipment.
Well,
rocket launchers, tanks.
The initial thing, I understand, against the government, but the right to bear arms is not so much the condition of, all right, the government is here, we have to protect ourselves against the corrupt government and stuff.
It's just to protect your property, period.
It doesn't say what the fuck to protect with your gun in the Constitution. It says you have the right to bear arms. Whatever the fuck that's for, to hunt or to shoot some asshole's fucking head off that's coming in your window.
Right.
There's no thing that says you have the right to bear arms just for this. Fuck you. I'll bear my arms for everything.
That's why you watch that show, Life on Mars, or whatever the fuck it's called, because you really want to go back to 1973.
Oh, what a treat that would be.
I want to go back to 1873.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Well, a little further back.
Oh, he still needs it.
Oh, yeah. That's right. I don't know. Well, at least there was one good gun.
You were off about 5 or 6 years.
Well, 10.
10.
I don't have any problem with guns.
No, I really think, especially in places like Chicago, D.C. just had the law overturned, and now they still have to fucking go to court because the way they worded the law that now you're able to buy a gun is ridiculous. You have to pretty much disassemble your gun, keep it in a locked box, unloaded.
What's the point?
With a lock.
Right.
And that's how you're protecting yourself.
Yeah, I got a little problem with carry laws.
I love a carry law. I fucking love concealed carry. Fucking love it. It's a surprise in every box for the fucking guy that wants to rob you. What a surprise. He fucking shot me. I love when I get the NRA magazine and I read Armed Citizen. It's the section of the magazine where low-life cockbag motherfuckers get their faces shot off by somebody that they went, whoopsie, shouldn't have picked this fucking house. And you hear about some guy that heard a sound, he grabbed his gun, went downstairs, there's some asswipe trying to get out his window with a fucking flat screen TV, and oopsie, that's going to be hard to carry without a face.
My wife
harder to watch.
My wife always wanted to get a gun because when I was away once, we were robbed. And she was in the house.
Holy shit.
Right.
How scary is that?
Right. So she wanted to get a gun, but you want to be, I'll be honest with you, and I ain't got no problem with guns, but knowing me and knowing her, there was no way I was going to get her a gun because there was no way I wasn't going to get shot with that gun.
Okay.
There was no way.
I'll be honest with you. There are some people that just, they know, they're responsible enough to know, I can't have a gun in the house. Whether it's kids, your own personality.
Blind rage. Blind rage. You don't know what the hell's going to happen.
Yeah, but I mean, blind rage. What? You could throw someone down the fucking stairs in blind rage.
Yeah,
you could stab them.
You could pick up a safe and throw it.
Exactly.
Guy that doesn't know a bad example when he says it. You could fucking the refrigerators. It doesn't No, it's not.
You knock it over.
Stab him with a Nerf football.
Fucking yeah. What are you gonna do? You no couches? Good contribution.
We got Chicago calls. We're a national show, so now we get to see how the mail was delivered yesterday. James in Chicago, Chi-Town.
Hello, boys.
The Windy City. What do you got?
What we got here is the mail was delivered yesterday in Harvey, the little town just on the south side, via police escort.
Really? They did. They brought in a cop, huh?
Yep.
The neighborhood, you know something from the news, the neighborhood didn't look that bad.
It is a bad area. That's where Tom Dreesen is originally from, that area.
The comedian?
Yep.
Wow, what a reference. Tom Dreesen.
Yeah, I know.
What? Oh, my God. Tom Dreesen. I haven't heard that name or thought about that guy in 10 years.
No one has.
Yeah, except you. Maybe you should be writing for that show.
Exactly.
Exactly. Hey, I'm here in Chicago.
That's right.
Some
over by
fucking
there.
skills.
Need
Can't
some
deliver
sausage?
the meal.
Need some sausage?
Sausage? I'm glad you got your mail delivered. All right.
Well, they're to my house.
Oh, God, that's right. Keith from Jersey, going back a little ways to that stupid show, that stupid TV show. Keith from Jersey.
Hey, first I had to say, Jimmy, I can't wait till the audiobook version of I Hate Your Guts comes out.
Thank you.
This is Keith, your Mac consultant from Jersey. So you want to call me back, you can do that.
Oh, hey, man, thanks.
Right.
Hey, listen, Anthony, you nailed it last week when you said that, what's next? Making a gay reference at Rock Hudson?
Yeah.
They did that last night.
They did it last night. We made a joke. Remember when we were goofing about that stupid show, Life on Mars? And last week we made a goof about Rock Hudson being gay. They used it this week. I don't know how Travis missed that one. They're talking about people being gay, and he goes, you don't know, who's gay and who's not gay. And Keitel's like, yeah, right. He goes, hey, Rock Hudson. He goes, how about Rock Hudson? He goes, Rock, get out of here.
Dude, we joked that there'd be a Rock Hudson
Do you think they lifted it?
And they did.
Do you think they lifted it?
Yes, I'm positive they listened to the show and they lifted it.
They had it. They already had the show in the can.
Next week, I want a pet Rock reference.
Yeah. All right.
I was cracking up so loud about that.
Thanks, Keith.
Someone point at a rock and go, yeah, what are you going to do one day? Make these pets? It'll be that obvious and unfunny.
Put them in a box. Sell it.
Someone will walk by the Twin Towers. What, are they going to fall down someday?
He made a reference to that last night, too.
No,
because he was talking about, because he's all upset, man, at the prejudice that's going on because the cops are talking about gays in a bad way. And he goes, that same type of prejudice is going to change the landscape of this city someday. And I mean literally.
Yeah.
Look out, man. Dude, yeah, I was sitting there going, what is it? Prejudice or what? Why? Because, what?
There's nothing worse.
Prejudice of who?
Than bad writing.
Yeah.
It's horrid.
Nothing worse than shitty TV writing.
Horrid!
I want to take this phone call because I want to make Anthony
Show
happy.
my TV.
I want to take this phone call to make Anthony happy.
Oh, okay.
So you have a nice weekend.
Thank you.
This is for you, Anthony. Wade in Georgia.
Guys?
Yeah. Hey, Wade.
Hey, boys. Hey, listen, I've actually had the experience of shooting an intruder in my home.
Yeah.
2 o'clock in the morning, hear something rattling around, and there was this guy coming in through the side window of my house, had a crowbar in his hand. I've got 4 kids in my house, and I sleep with a shotgun beside my bed every night.
Good man.
And blew his ass out the window with a load of double-aught buck and killed him. He was dead before he hit the ground.
Congratulations.
What state do you live in?
But yeah, dude, you say congratulations. There is a feeling of triumph, but at the same time, when you see a dead human being who doesn't have a face, it's kind of something that fucks with you a little bit, guys.
No, I wouldn't doubt it. Like I've said, I joke a little bit about what I'm talking about in this subject, but
where are the jokes?
I don't. Well,
did you hear me? I had no face to go.
It's being so overzealous about it. The last thing I would want to do is kill somebody. Believe me, it fucking got to eat at you. I would, honestly, I'm being honest with you now. It would be horrible. I would never want to do that. But I sure as fuck don't want my family to have to go to my funeral because I didn't have myself protected. Fuck that.
That was exactly what I was thinking, too. But at the same time, when I looked out the window and saw this poor fucker laying on the ground, literally with no face, he couldn't have been more than 22, 23 years old.
What state do you live in?
Georgia.
Okay, so there's no, do people are okay with it? You didn't get in trouble?
Yeah, it's, in fact, they just
Grand jury?
passed a law. It's the castle doctrine.
Yes, I love the castle doctrine.
Protect your fucking castle, man.
Great.
And if I had to do it again, I would, because like I said, I've got 4 kids here at the house. But, man, when you pull that fucking hammer on somebody, god damn, it changes your life forever.
You didn't give him a little shout out like, hey, stop.
No, there was no time for a shout out.
Yeah.
In a situation like that, it's time to you just have to act.
You didn't know. Also, you don't know what he's got. He's got a crowbar. Could be something.
You should go to 2 o'clock in the fucking morning. It's dark in the house, but buddy, when that fucking flash goes off, it lights up the world.
Did you find out who the guy was, or he had a history?
Yeah, we found out who he was. Just some fucking kids, who burglarized the house in the neighborhood. Anyhow, hey boys,
right there with you.
I love your show.
Hi, man. It's too bad, man. That's heavy. You got to go Clint Eastwood though. You got to have some kind of line ready to go in your head.
Oh, really?
I think that's the mistake that people make. I mean, if you pull that thing out, you got to be ready to use it. There's no.
You do. I know. There's no stop.
I mean, that's one of the issues of it. That's why a lot of times guns get out on the streets is because people they go like stop, wait, and then they catch a bullet. The guy steals the gun. That's fucking it.
Yeah. Just take care of business right there.
Right. In New Mexico, where I grew up, they have that
house.
same thing. If they're on your property, they're in your house.
Yeah.
It's
That's
open season.
Shoot 'em. I just bought a great fucking laser for my 45. That's my I keep it on my night table. And that thing is just it's scary. If there's a laser on you like that, a little red dot, what the fuck are you going to do?
Hopefully you're at a fucking sporting event and it's all done in fun. Hey, Ant, when you sleep, do you lock your bedroom door or do you leave your bedroom door open? Can you sleep with your bedroom door wide open?
I lock it.
You do, right? Yeah, me too.
You do too?
Oh, yeah,
I close...
no, I can't lock my bedroom door. No, but I do close it.
I have a double door, and one of it has one of those slide locks.
Don't you have an alarm on your house, though?
Yeah.
And guns.
I got alarms. The alarm will wake me up so I could shoot someone.
Right, but that's why I'm just wondering about the locking.
Actually, to chase them away because you want to have an alarm in your house.
Do you
I don't leave windows open in the summer. It's such nice weather. I'm going to leave it open. Every fucking home invasion you hear, these idiots. Oh, he came in through an open fucking first floor window. Oh, it was hot. I left the window open.
Good sleeping weather.
That Good sleeping weather. Turn on the air conditioner.
No, good sleeping weather.
Have you
you
been
gotta get
robbed?
the windows open.
Huh?
Have you ever been robbed?
Once in California, our place, when I was living out there with my dad and stuff, we came home and the place was opened up, robbed.
I know what happened.
What happened?
Anthony was home when that happened. It was the same as the Prince of Tides. He's going to have memories flood back of his big brother looking in the window while he's being ass raped in the kitchen.
Really, Jimmy?
You remember that? Nick Nolte?
I didn't see that coming.
Lowenstein! And then he's crying to fucking awful Streisand, and he remembers his asshole being fucking pounded, and well, I might add.
And well.
And then his brother Buck or something looked through the window like his brother shot the killer or the intruder.
Yeah.
But he had to remember the shame of having his little Nick Nolte Heine fucking taught a lesson to. That's what you get for sashaying around the house.
Being reamed out.
Yeah.
No, yeah, we were burglarized. Not robbed. Robbed would be something that I just don't want any part of, man.
Yeah, when Misha,
when
they burglarized, but she was asleep in the house, and someone came in, went through her shit, her purse that was on the table, and left. And there was a string.
Oh, in the room
same
with
thing.
her?
No, but I mean, she in the house.
Wow.
I mean, and they just came in. Well, she left the door open. So the guy came in, went through her purse, took her cards and her IDs, and tried. You want to hear the fucked up thing? They tried to steal the car, okay? Because the keys were in her purse, and the car's got a club on it, okay?
The club.
And the key, I don't know why, it was my car, and I had the key. They in her car, I guess we only have one car, but I remember because they drove the thing out of the driveway. You know when it has a club, it can only turn so much?
Yeah.
So they must have been close by because they figured with the turning radius they had, they could get the car where it needed to go with only the ability to turn at like maybe a 45-degree angle. So they got it out of the driveway, and it was just at the end of the street plowed onto the curb with the club on it because they couldn't make it to where they were going.
Dude, if they had the keys, isn't the key to the club on the keychain?
I don't know. That's what I'm trying to put together. But they came back. I said we got to change the locks. You know, we got it.
Yeah.
Because they came back and tried to steal the car again.
Again?
Yeah, and they tried to saw through the steering wheel.
That's fucking scary, man.
Holy
shit.
Where was it, in L.A.?
Yeah, they caught him, though, because they'd done a string of robberies, and they caught him. They were from a building, an apartment building not too far from my house. It was drug-related desperation.
Was there any...
desperation. Stop!
Oh, is that too sympathetic?
Yes,
Sorry.
much too sympathetic.
Was there any raping or assaults?
No, none of that.
No, they're just getting money.
When you're all hopped up on crank, it's not easy to get a hard on, so they weren't thinking that.
I call it junk.
Yeah, when you've been up for 3 days listening to demons in your head, fucking is not the first thing on the menu. You know what I mean?
You know when I've seen him cut through steering wheels with a hacksaw, and then do that little bend thing. That club came right out.
Yeah, that's what they tried to cut through.
I hear those things
anymore.
Useless. Yeah,
no, I don't. I didn't even put nothing.
Great for banging over people's heads. Maybe
I just buy cheap cars now.
Yeah, if I could take a disposable car, it's like a big lighter instead of a Zippo.
Got a Camry. If I'm lucky, I'll get 200,000 out of it. If it gets stolen, fuck it.
Fucking.
Why don't we start wrapping up because we got steak to eat.
Wrap.
We got a nap so we could eat steak.
Nappy.
We don't nap together though. Don't you worry.
No.
I gotta go do my show. I do.
You're doing it.
Yeah. We do it every day, live at 3 p.m. Eastern time. But you can VOD it. It's MV as in Victor S. MVSLive.com. It's myself and Sam Cedar. We do a bunch of comedy bits, interviews, political stuff, funny stuff. But every day, 3 p.m.
I'm gonna become a fan.
I hope so. It's coming along. No one's doing this. It's actually a live TV show on the internet.
Every comic that comes in, I say I'm a big fan, but in this case, I really am.
Well, I appreciate it, man. And come down to comics. I usually see you come down there.
Yes. You've seen me there. Line of the day brought to you by WebX.com. Yeah, Mark Maron's going to be at comics tonight. COMIXNY.com. Remember how frustrated you were on that stage?
Oh, always.
Because the people, it was new at the time, comics.
Yeah.
And you were promoting on our show, Comics New York, ComicsNY.com.
Right.
And then you had a light crowd, which was unfortunate because you should be, dude.
You
should have a full house wherever you go. Your stuff's really good.
I'm good for half a house anywhere.
And then you were like, you were looking at the big COMIX on the wall behind you, oh, that's why, because they were trying to get cute with the name.
So now no
you were
one's gonna
so fucking frustrated. WebX.com. Hold meetings, make presentations, do it from the comfort of your own home, and in between jerking off, you could do some office stuff. Check it out at WebX.com. Right. They should have jerking off in this copy, and they'll get a lot more people.
Maybe they don't want jerking off in the copy, Opie. Well, call me silly.
They got an X in their name, so they're thinking about it. WebX.com.
No, it's WEBEX.
Look, hold meetings, jerk off,
No.
Then make presentations. Jerk off some more.
We loved having WebEx as a sponsor.
That's satellite. You don't really need advertising anyway. Don't worry about it. I got this one. Don't worry.
All right. You feel this one.
How many times have you heard that over the years? Don't worry. I got this
April
one.
Fools.
What happened to her? Trust me on this one.
Tomorrow?
We got that whore Marie McCormick on Monday.
Oh, Coke-whore.
The Coke whore will be on our phone on Monday.
Yeah.
The loose Coke whore slut.
She found her true voice, though. Her true voice has been found.
Yeah, I'm sure. Why don't you tell us this stuff when people cared about you? It's the last-ditch effort of fame when they put these books out.
I know. When you're still hot.
Popular, man. Then you got a book that people are really going to get excited about.
If I knew when I saw her in California that I could have just had a little bag of Coke and fucking fucked Marsha Brady, god damn, I'd been all over that shit.
Hey, let me go to Brother Joe real fast. Brother Joe.
Hey guys, what's going on?
Hey man.
Hey man.
Hey, did you ever tell a story about when the old man caught that guy in the tack room?
Caught that guy.
That
again.
Guy. Yeah. Well, I looked both ways before I was going to say. Anyway, the dude that he caught at gunpoint.
Yeah. My father. No, I think I did it at one point. Not recently though. But yeah, my father heard some shenanigans going on outside where he lived in the place where he kept all of his tools for his welding business, and went outside with his what did he have, a python?
Yeah,
that was his schlong. Talking about well, I don't know what kind of gun he had, but yeah, he had a .38 python.
Wow.
And went out 357 Magnum actually, and went out and confronted the guy, and
did not shoot.
The gentleman quickly he told him to get the fuck on the ground, and then might have used some derogatory term. Good old dad.
Hog-tied him until the cops got
there. Hog-tied him.
What do you mean, might have? You weren't sure it was Christmas?
Yeah, might have thrown him a bone. He hog-tied him, feet, ankles to hands, and waited for the cops to show up. I wonder how long it was before he even called the cops. He probably just sat there calling all his friends going, "You got to come over here and see what I did to this."
Like Pulp Fiction.
I think you let the guy squirm for a little while. But yeah, that's pretty much when I decided that I was going to apply for a license and have a gun.
Yeah, Joe's got a license.
Oh, nice.
We're a family of gun lunatics.
My dad used to drive around with a gun in his car.
Yeah, so did mine, right? Yeah. That my father used to carry a little .32 that came from like Sicily or something.
That was when he was an investigator. He used to go serve subpoenas in some pretty rough areas.
Yeah, so he carried, and Earl called me a fucking racist yesterday.
Hold on.
I'm pleased that Earl finally got something right.
Anthony in Philly.
What up? What up?
How we doing, guys?
What's up, man?
Hey.
And you hear Black Girl calling you racist yesterday on Ron and Fez.
Yeah, I don't know what happened here. What was the context of that? Did you hear it?
Somebody had asked him who he thought was racist, and apparently your name came up. He was the first one that he thought of.
I was number one on the list? All right.
Hey, he was really the only one that he named.
Wow. I'm the only guy Earl thinks is racist. Well, racist. Well, that's good. It's nice to see Stepin Fetchit is naming me as a racist. Uncle fucking Tom Earl. Please. That fucking Oreo. All right. Whatever, Earl. What, is he here?
He's hiding in the office. He's too busy on the phone to confront you.
Drag him in here.
Earl?
Drag that
in here.
Drag that
guy in here.
Drag that.
Oh. Me and Earl have known each other for many years. We're actually friends. I'm friends with Earl. Earl. You got a mic? Does it work and shit?
Why are you calling Anthony racist?
Earl, what happened? Tell me how this happened.
First, Ron and Pheasant into 3.
All right, very good. You plugged the show. Good.
What? I believe there are times, and you have been openly racist.
I am honest. I have opinions, but whether I'm racist or not is preposterous. And the fact that I take information and I process it in my head from various sources and then come out with an opinion does not make me racist.
And I said you've been very. You have been honest.
But you call me racist.
Well, here's the problem we have. You openly called Anthony racist. We all just kind of hint that he might be a racist. There's a difference, you asshole.
And I said,
first of all, get it right. I'm a Nazi. Right. A racist, but that's kind of see, that word gets thrown around too much. I really don't consider myself a racist. I am just I'm very honest with my opinions, which I think are garnered from various sources that I then explain, and instantly I'm called a racist.
Do you judge all black people by the same negative standard?
Yes.
Well, then.
No, of course I don't. You know what I do? I do something that Dr. Martin Luther King wanted everyone to do.
Oh, my God.
I judge
you
people.
You have a dream?
I had a dream. I judge people by the content of their character. Now, why the fuck can't a black person with a shitty character be on my shit list? Why can't I talk about motherfuckers that I watch on surveillance tapes robbing a store? Why can't I call that guy a fucking savage asshole, scumbag motherfucker, like I would anyone else that would pummel someone and pistol whip them behind a counter? Why does that make me racist?
Well, there have been more than one. There's been one or more time where you kind of lump everyone as a.
I don't lump you into. You're obviously a black man.
Yes,
I would never lump you into a category of a guy that I would consider a thief or a thug or anything. I would not do that. The second I get to know people. Like, I don't know. There are plenty of white people I don't know that I fucking steer clear of on the sidewalk because I'm not going to get bashed over the head with a fucking cinder block by some crazy homeless guy, regardless of his color. But I know, like you, Patrice, did I mention you? These are people that I consider friends. And
Keith, what about Keith?
Keith, no, fuck him.
Oh, really?
Holy shit,
no. What happened?
We love him, but we don't want to hang out with him.
Keith is a guy who I love, who's on the show. He tells stories, but he's one of these, doesn't shut his fucking mouth when the cops pull him over. It's always a racial thing. It's just, whatever. It's like, Keith...
he has to make a point all the time.
Look, here's how you find out if you're racist.
Motherfucker, pull me over.
Here's how you find out if you're racist. And this happened to me. The next time...
Jeez, you are fucking heinous. See, that's racist. That's fucking racist.
I just wanted Earl to feel,
what?
Extremely uncomfortable.
Horrid, uncomfortable, insulted.
What are we looking at, Ed? I don't even know.
I'm not even going to describe it. It doesn't even merit a description.
Well, E-Rock brought it out.
Yeah, E-Rock is an ass when I'm trying to make a point.
Well, here's how you find out if you're racist.
There are similarities, though.
The next time you lose something that you think has been stolen, when you retrace your steps, see how you cast that short mystery film in your head. How many blacks and Latinos do you get through before you finally hear yourself say, "Oh fuck, here it is under the car seat"?
I'll be honest with you.
I'm an asshole. I'm a little racist.
No, if something's ever missing from my truck, I assume it's one of the people that work in the garage, and they can be of various races. Black, so Hispanic. Did I say Hispanic?
Just general garage assholes.
Yeah, garage assholes. Okay. In my my neighborhood, if something happened, I wouldn't think it was anyone of color because there's no one of color in my neighborhood.
But you wouldn't picture a vague a black man or a Hispanic guy came into the neighborhood.
Anytime I have this image of how I would respond to a home invasion, let's say. Yeah. And it's not this fucking Rambo fantasy thing. It's pretty much, all right, what are you going to do if you're laying in bed and you hear something that is a break-in in your house? You got to have some kind of contingency plan.
Who do you picture shooting?
I picture shooting the people that commit home invasions 90% of the time that I see and read on in the news and on television.
So you picture shooting a black guy?
Yes. I don't picture shooting a black guy. I picture a black guy or guys committing a home invasion. Because especially in Long Island, where I live, when a home invasion is done, it is primarily done. Why wouldn't I go with the percentages?
Right.
And think. Okay. If I'm walking down the street and I see a pit bull or a collie, I might be more akin to trust that the collie will not bite my throat out. I might be wrong.
Right.
I'm saying that might be the most vicious collie ever. Mm-hmm. But Usually, when I see the news or read the paper, it's a pit bull that rips a child's head off or things like that. I play the percentages.
Right.
So if there is an instance of a crime being committed like that, there are certain crimes that white people commit. You don't see black guys going into their school and shooting the bullies.
Or bankrupting the country.
Or bankrupting the country. You're absolutely right. White-collar crime is white fucking neck in the collar, too. You're right. Except for, of course, Fannie Mae that was being run by the black guy. Yeah.
Briefly.
Well, long enough, my friend. Long enough to fuck that fucking thing up, huh?
So maybe if you saw that guy coming into your house, you could shoot him for a whole number of reasons.
Well, if I see a white guy come into my house and start going through my files and trying to invest me in something bad, I'll shoot him too. But it's usually a lot faster than that. It's, you know, I'm just saying I don't think that's a good barometer for saying if someone's
Henry
racist.
Yeah,
he was in my house.
Henry Paulson was in my house. The Treasury Secretary, I shot him. He stole $700 billion from me.
$700 billion. I don't think that's a good barometer, though, for if you're racist or not. And you can't blame the media for just portraying a certain group, regardless of which group it is, as committing certain crimes. That's why they profile in police work. And I don't mean just
I understand what you're
I don't
saying.
just mean patrolmen. I mean, they profile. When you see a certain crime, it's profiled as to who probably, not definitely, but probably committed that crime.
Right.
When it's child abduction, a girl is abducted and raped and murdered, it's usually a middle-aged white guy that wears a hat, has a radio show.
I think what you said before is probably the best indicator, is that it's a case-by-case thing. If you get to know somebody, everybody's nervous. There's no reason to not be nervous. Everybody's sensitive. It's not ethnicity-based. But, you know, once you get to know somebody, that's the relationship. But in generalities, your fear primarily is getting robbed or shot by a black guy.
That is what I would expect if I did get robbed. I would more likely than not.
Just based on numbers.
Based on numbers.
Based on the fact you don't like black people.
No,
Right.
it's not. You know what it is? Because that isn't even the case.
Right. No, see, did we solve this problem though?
Am I still racist?
No, well, I mean, let's go back to.
I like Earl.
I mean, and I like you.
I wish you were white, but
Really, I really think
it's just and I go through, and it's not just TV and the media. I look at crime statistics. It sounds fucking insane, but I do look at crime statistics put out by the FBI. By local police departments, and I see percentages.
Is this one of your fun hobbies?
It is a hobby. I get on the web, and I go to a lot of .org sites, and I look at statistics, and I don't care I don't want to hear what they're based on or biased or this or that. I'm playing the percentages. It's the same way I play poker.
He's a well-informed racist, Mark. Well informed.
Thank you, Opie. I'm a well-informed racist. That's what I like being.
How's it going to be to have a black man with all of the guns?
That's an interesting thing. A black man with atom bombs and hydrogen bombs and stuff.
How's that fitting into the statistics?
It actually, I'm fine with the color of Obama. I have no problem that he's a black man. I don't like his policies as far as my taxes go, and my Second Amendment rights are the biggest issues I have as far as that. Whether he'll do a good job for the country, better than McCain would do, I don't know. I don't know at this point. These clowns get in here every 4 years. You don't know what the fuck they're going to do.
That's true.
I thought Clinton was going to be a complete bust. He wound up being pretty good as far as the economy went and everything. Like I said earlier, I wish he was better on foreign affairs and would have flexed a little more muscle. But I think he did a good job, and I thought he was going to be a real bozo. I thought Bush was going to be good, and he turned out to be one of the worst presidents ever in office.
Unbelievable.
I actually, when he was governor of Texas, I actually thought he might do a good job as president, but I was completely wrong. The guy's an ass.
It took a while.
Yeah, it did.
Took a while for you to come around.
It took a while.
It's been on that for a while.
When the big bamboozle came through.
Yeah.
When the reason for the war being the weapons of mass destruction, all of a sudden turned to, we need this to be a democracy, and it was like, wait, that isn't what we signed off on. That isn't what, you know.
And then they just shamelessly started to say we need it to be a money laundering operation.
Or what, you know, then even that is getting too far into what it's so simple. The fact that it's easy to keep things simple with people that just defend Bush constantly without, you know, he can do no wrong, by just saying, look, the initial thing was weapons of mass destruction. We never heard of, we are here to make a democracy out of this, until they weren't able to find any.
Yeah.
And then, you know, and then you hear all the thing, well, they moved it to Syria. They did, I do not want to hear that. We didn't fucking sign on to this.
You had nothing to do with this, right?
No, Earl had nothing to do with this. Earl had nothing to do with it. I'm talking more, you know, international affairs instead of domestic. Earl, I believe, is racist because you want fucking reparations, motherfucker.
No, let me take. I was never against reparations. Well, never against.
Would be if they come and toss you something.
Yeah, no
you
kidding.
were. I remember talking to you once saying you were for reparations. You believe that black people deserve reparations.
I believe that they should. I mean, basically hold up the deal that was originally made. That was
the deal that was originally
40
made.
Acres and a mule? 40 acres and a mule.
So you want a mule?
40 acres.
That was a deal.
40
Hold
acres.
up the
That's
deal.
all.
Just honor the deal that you made.
There wasn't a deal. Here you go. Here's your paper. You're a free man.
Scram.
The deal, if Lincoln would have lived, the deal was actually like Liberia, my friend. That was Lincoln's second half of the emancipation. You guys were going back.
The Indians got casinos.
Yeah,
that wasn't part of the deal.
That wasn't part of the deal either. Hey, see what we did? We gave anthrax blankets first, and then we fucking
That's why casinos. I only like to gamble at Indian casinos, because when you lose, you feel like you're helping.
I'm helping you. You're helping the Asian dealers is what you're helping for some reason.
Why don't we wrap up? Because, you know.
I don't think... Earl, why don't we agree to disagree?
Yeah. And what are you doing for Ron and Fez today?
Oh, you have to listen from noon to 3?
Yeah, exactly.
It's always a surprise. I love the Ron and Fez show.
When it unfolds.
Earl, and seriously, I do consider you a friend.
Yes.
I really do.
No,
and have you call me racist kind of hurt me a little bit.
And I'll apologize.
When did you call Anthony racist?
On yesterday's Ron and Fez program.
Why did you say that?
Where were you?
Because I'm a racist. Because of the way I come across. Some people like to believe that I am racist when I am an honest person that voices my opinions, that I draw based on a lot of facts. I do a lot of reading. I do a lot of...
He's statistically judgmental of
I am
black
very
people.
statistically judgmental. Okay, I'll even agree with that.
Yeah.
I'm statistically judgmental, but I always, when I personally meet people, I base my like or dislike of them on the content of their character, as the good doctor said. And a lot of times I do not like the content. I heard he liked white women.
I think something beautiful happened.
Roy Abernathy would.
I think, didn't we?
Yeah,
we've made some.
Good.
If this piece is ever broken,
let's get out of here.
If anything happens to Earl,
I think Earl wants you to give him at least 20 acres and a dog.
all right.
Are we doing line of the day?
And a dog.
Let's do some lines of the day. We got to get out of here.
We're doing lines? I haven't done that in 9 years.
We gave him a girl with a 40-inch fucking bra to touch his mule.
No shit.
There.
WebEx.com.
Boo. A boo. Here's a booty booty boo.
Here's a runner-up line of the day. Do it for Steve.
Do it effeminately.
How does Steve? It just rolls
do it
off.
to lousy music.
Yes. Thanks, Earl. Scram. Another runner-up line of the day.
Because it's outright. If I wanted that type of Howard Stern radio.
That's exactly what
no
a
setup at all.
That's exactly what a fucking complaint would sound like, though. That's
yes,
what
it would.
Say.
Exactly.
One more runner-up line of the day.
I can't believe I got to get up soon, and I wasted so much time doing that.
Now take that and do it for 6 years straight. Welcome to my life.
Yeah. Down and Dirty tonight on HBO, midnight. Jim Norton's fine show on HBO.
Patrice O'Neill is the comic, and you can get I Hate Your Guts on pre-order on Amazon.com.
Yes.
It comes out in
moving up the charts.
Quickly, I just got to say this. It says somebody called and said a white lawyer took more money from you than any black man ever did, and that's absolutely true. But to get it, I wasn't tied up with a phone cord and bludgeoned in my house. I was bent over a bench in a courtroom and reamed up the ass.
Those lawyers
big difference.
Those lawyers are sneaky, though.
Yes, they are.
Here's your line of the day.
Here comes line of the day. Line of the day.
Everyone who's on the screen having sex stops and just looks at you and goes, "Look at you!"
There's a little improv stand-up for you.
Mark Maron, line of the day. What could I tell you? Perfect.
Thanks, man.
Comics tonight and tomorrow, right? COMIXNY.com, 14th Street and 9th Avenue here in New York City. We're going home, man.
Bye, guys.
We'll see you Monday.
I'll see you in Reading, Pennsylvania tonight. I almost forgot.
Oh.
And tomorrow.
Jimmy.
I got 2 gigs in Reading. No one's going to fucking come, but...
You're a big star. Why are you going to Reading?
I'm doing the Stress Factory. Boston and Vegas coming up, so I'm working on the hour. I want it to be an hour of stuff.
You could do an hour here. Look, we got people on the... You could just turn this into a comedy club, and then you don't have to travel.
Yeah, this is the last of my smaller gigs.
All right, good. Thanks, guys. We had a great week. We had a lot of fun. We'll see you Monday.
Sure. Thanks for having me, fellas.